didn't. Yes, he.
It's from a cashier at a grocery store.
Yeah.
From a checker.
Yes.
Yeah.
It might be 99.
Yeah. No, you're right. I always hear it from the checker at the grocery store.
Yeah.
How are you doing? Good. It's my Friday.
Yeah. I know I've befriended a few at the local grocery store I go to. Save Mark.
Dave,
Shout out.
Yeah.
And they're like, yeah, today's my Friday.
Yeah.
What day is it?
We've got some listeners at Winco.
And then Jason says, just put my alcohol in the cart and shut up.
Yeah. You know the process.
Also,
and actually don't talk to me.
No, right. Yeah. Let's not make eye contact. Just beep the thing, please.
Hey, aren't you? No.
No. Aren't you Christopher Lloyd? No. I also, that's also where 75% of the how are we doing today's come to me too.
You don't like that.
I hate it.
Yeah.
I hate it.
A couple times it happens more from our guests, and I feel like you're cringing inside.
75% is checkers, 20% is a wait staff.
Mm-hmm.
You know, hostess, host, waiter, waitress, and then 5% from our guests.
Yeah.
How are we doing? I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I know how I'm doing. I don't know how
you don't have
doing.
a lean towards them. Usually if they ask, they're probably pretty good.
I always say, great, how are you?
Yeah.
That's you know,
and then you want to fight them.
There's like the meme of like the dude's face that's all like angry and sweaty, and then in front of it there's a mask that smiles. That's how I am when somebody asks me that question. And it's not that I get angry. I get it's a tick. It stresses me out. I don't know how you're doing.
Right.
Did a family member just pass? Did you just get a diagnosis? Oh, by the way,
are they asking that?
Right.
They have that.
Maybe because it's probably a crutch.
Yeah.
But I don't understand why it can't just be, how are you doing? How are you doing today?
Okay, here's a follow-up. Stranger response if I say, how are you doing?
Uh-huh.
And then you kind of get more than you, because it's usually good. How are you?
Uh-huh.
Or whatever. But like a little bit more where you're like, I need to, well, actually, work or something. And you're like,
right.
That one, or
that's the worst.
Is that worse? Or if it's how are you doing, and you get the canned response, but it doesn't match up with like
the tone?
No, not even that. What am I thinking of here? Like, how are you doing? Perfect, or not. It's not like good. How are you? They kind of flip things. Sorry, I don't have my example in my head, and I'm totally blanking. Good point by me right now.
Good point. Great point by you. No, I see where you're coming from.
I always go with good so far. I never ask them back.
Good so far. There's just little conversational things, and I'm vamping.
Yeah. How are you doing? What's going on? Or it's like
where it's not
like they're trying to hit you first, or it's like it doesn't match with
it.
How are you doing Tuesday? Or that's not the
right
right answer.
How
but
are you doing?
like,
hamburger.
Yeah.
No,
like,
it's there's little triggers like have a safe flight. You too.
Yeah. Have a good show. Hey, you do as well.
I get that all the time downstairs. It's like, you have a good.
Yeah, they get in here early.
Right.
Yeah.
Have a good show.
Have a good work day.
I'll tell you one that really bothers me. Hey, anybody hungry? I could eat. I'm aware of that. I know you can eat.
Yeah.
You're a
What?
human being. I know. Bugs the hell out of me,
Really?
dude. And my son does it all the time. And
But I could eat is like, I'm not hungry, but like,
and
yeah,
say I'm not that hungry. It's always.
But he would eat. You know he would eat.
I could eat. I know you can eat. What's the range, dude? Are you on a scale of just give me a 1 to 10?
So what's the
I
answer?
can eat is like a 5.
What's the answer you want there?
Yes, no, or sort of. Not really.
Isn't sort
Yeah,
of.
that's
I
sort
can
of.
eat.
I could eat just seems to me it's like when somebody I said this the other day. It's like when I don't like non-specific. It's like when somebody says
But sort of is non-specific.
so yeah, no, that's true. I don't like that either. Now that I think about it, even though I use it as an example. When I'm texting with somebody and somebody says love you, that bothers me too.
Yeah.
Just commit. Love you or don't. Because when you say love ya, I don't take what should be the term of endearment. What it tells me is that you don't love me. You're telling me that you don't love me as much as the people you love the most. And I feel bad. And I want to think about what I need to do to get to that level with you.
Okay. Is love ya similar to
So sick.
thanks? Like, hey, whatever, put that on your desk. Thanks. Or do you want thank you?
You know what? Thanks with a period at the end of it in text sometimes can be a little bit weird because I don't know if, because sometimes that could also be like, hey, thanks.
Yeah.
Thanks. So could thank you, I guess. But I feel like the little extra.
Thank you.
Right.
Oh, do you know what I just learned this. Do you know what punctuation means in text messages? It's like you're done talking.
Like a period?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. That's a rule I haven't never followed. Although, you know what they call a period in England? That's screwed with me for a while. It's not a period. It's a full stop. Seriously, that they like exclamation point, question mark, full stop.
You'll say full stop sometimes.
Yeah, but not in that context, I don't think. Also, I've said this before, it's not Z, it's Z. W, X, Y, and Z. The hell is that?
Z.
Wrong.
Love ya.
Thanks.
Love ya.
Back at you.
Back at ya.
Ditto.
No.
You guys are skipping the worst one.
What?
The absolute worst text to get.
Sup?
K.
Yeah, K.
Oh,
K
yeah.
can eat one.
I mean, no time for the O.
Yeah, you can't just throw in an O
Yeah.
with the K. Okay.
Got it. Thumbs up.
Thumbs up.
Yeah.
I'd rather have a thumbs up than a K.
Yeah.
Although I am guilty of K'ing sometimes.
Are
I don't
you?
lie. Yeah.
I've never done that.
On occasion.
I've
don't think-
never
I don't
done it.
think I've
Actually,
done it.
no, I've done it to make a point.
Why is
I
it?
spell K-A-Y.
Do you know why? Do you guys have anyone in your life? I have like 3. They don't say okay, they say KK.
No.
Not
No.
just 2. I have like 3 people in my life that do that. They're all middle-aged though, or older than me, I guess I should say. They say KK. Yeah, I know. Rob Frederick, the head pro at Wood Creek, Kevin Nagel, and one other person say KK. I can't remember
Is
the
it
third
like
one.
I got it? KK.
But I can't. I should ask them. Do you mean to do that, or are you not hitting the O? But they do it consistently. You think maybe you'd miss the O once. The O is just above the K.
My mom for a long time thought LOL meant lots of love.
Good.
So she was reading me this text. She's like, lots of love, lots of love. I'm like, why do they keep saying lots of
Lots of
love?
love.
And she shows me her.
Lol.
Now I'm gonna think that anytime Chris sends a video or something that's just horrific. LOL.
Lots of love.
Lots of love.
Okay.
I've seen it online as someone just like, yeah, grandma passed away. And someone's like, LOL.
That'd be great. Your mom does that. Yeah, I lost my dog today, hit by a car. LOL. He sent a video yesterday, which got me, and having spent a little bit of time over there made it even funnier. There was a game show, and they were talking about a skier named Fanny Schmeller, right? That was a real name, right? But it's super funny. I mean, over here, that's like you're a butt smeller, right? But over there, Fanny means something completely opposite.
Completely different.
It means the front butt. I don't know how else to say it. For girls.
Yes.
Yeah. The front butt for girls. And so, by the way,
The front butt.
I don't know where to go here. So
You used to teach an anatomy class, right?
What?
You used to
Yeah.
teach an anatomy class, right?
Yes.
So that's like the
How you
scientific
described it. Yeah.
name, right?
Very.
The front butt for girls.
The front butt for girls is how we used to write it on the board. I'm just going to do this because I want to get it out of the way at the beginning, and this is just such horrible timing. It's just going to it's going to be one of those things. I'm sorry. I apologize in advance. Found out my mom has cancer last night again. This is her 7th bout. I know. There's no way for me. I wanted to get it out in the beginning so I could say something to her, and we just were talking about fannies, and then here's the good news. They caught it early. It's something with her nose. Can I be honest? I didn't know you could get cancer in your nose. I'm not even making a joke. Like, I literally did not know you could get
So it's not like skin cancer or something.
No, it's something with, she had a biopsy last week and it came back cancerous yesterday, and they're going to go in and get whatever it is. And, this is how many curveballs my mother has been thrown through. You both know this. Like, we're literally on the phone, and because I had it on speaker, I was making dinner with the kids, and she's like, "Hey, could you take it off speaker?" And I was like, "Oh God, okay." And so I pick it up, and she tells me, and then this is how many curveballs my mother has gotten over the years. My mother tells me she has cancer, and within 30 seconds, we're joking about, are there any places left for you to get cancer? Maybe go for the record. Have you ever had it on your toe, an elbow? Can you get hair cancer? She has had multiple breast cancers, lung cancer. I mean, on and on and on. And dude, my mom she's like, well, I got it. Here we go again. Awesome. Hey, does that mean and my mom said, like, does that mean more soup? Because whenever she, goes through her stuff, I try to cook and leave her stuff, and she loves my potato cheese soup. Like, that's how we both have very, that's where I get my, what's the dark sense of humor, I guess, whatever. I get it from her. Cause
macabre.
Yeah. When you go, there's two ways you can go, and everybody is free to obviously react how they want, but we've just kind of gotten to the point where you have to joke because you want to laugh. I mean, it's obviously super serious, but the prognosis is good. It's never a, cancer is a scary word, as we all know, and so nothing's ever guaranteed. And she's gone through, let's put it this way, she's gone through several incredibly scarier sounding cancers, but with me, I'm so jinxy. It's like, okay, let's take it all. So anyways, Mom, I know you're listening. I know they're up right now. I know you're listening. I love you. You're my hero. I wish that she didn't have to go through that. So
lots of love.
Lots of love. LOL.
Right. Okay, I'm glad you said that.
LOL, Mom. LOL. We'll take a break. When we come back, I had to say something to her, so I apologize for screwing up the segment. When we come back, hey, here's something emotional: the return of De'Aaron Fox. I wonder if anybody's going to have an opinion on that. The Warriors win in Brooklyn, and the Athletics are spending money. We'll talk about all that leading off is next.
On the move? Got somewhere to be?
Take Sacramento Kings basketball with you. The Sacktown Sports app will let you stay connected to your passion. Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with the Sacktown Sports app.
When you're overwhelmed with tax debt, deciding what to do next is a true win or lose decision. You can lose your car, your paycheck, even your retirement savings, or you can choose someone to help you win this battle with the IRS. Now is the time to tackle your tax debt, but you don't have to do it alone. Meet Priority Tax Relief, veteran-owned and the expert in tax debt resolution. Our priority is fighting for you. Our team has helped clients save millions and can reduce or even erase your tax debt. Call 800-406-1584 right now to talk to our winning team. Priority Tax Relief has a direct line to the IRS. That's right, a fast track to find out if you qualify for life-changing tax relief in just minutes. Priority Tax Relief fights to protect your money, has 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau. Why wait? Call Priority Tax Relief for your free tax consultation. Call 800-406-1584. That's 800-406-1584. Let's make your taxes our priority. Stop your tax debt now. Call 800-406-1584.
I'll get guests come to you from the Folsom Lake Honda hotline. Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop.
Let's do it. Leading off, the 3 top stories in the morning.
Huge news. This is very important.
Here's cut number 1.
Here we go. Ball game on the line. Kings up 3. Inbounds pass goes to Hardaway Jr. He's crowded by Keon Ellis. Gives it back to Beasley. He stops. He can't get the shot. Drops it off in the corner. 3 on the way. It's good by Ivy, and he was fouled. Oh, my goodness. This is unbelievable.
Wait, I'm confused. Why?
That's De'Aaron Fox fouling.
That was pretty much the end of.
God, I'm like, why are
End
we
of Mike Brown, close to the end of De'Aaron.
I got okay.
Cold-blooded.
That was pretty much
Jesus
when
Christ.
De'Aaron Fox left.
Checked out.
Yeah.
You know what? Now that I hear that,
like, why are we playing the Pistons? Usually we'll play like a Spurs highlight or, whatever from when we last played them. Well, a Kings highlight against the Spurs. Well, the Spurs visit the Sacramento Kings tonight. It's a Friday night. Team's back in town. The boys are back in town, and they're playing the Spurs. It's going to be a raucous affair, they say, at the G1C.
yeah.
And, we'll have a little bit of a postmortem on Monday, probably more about the Clippers.
Yeah.
This
This is the day.
I think this is really today. I'm so happy. This is I feel like we're in the final countdown, if you will, of Fox Talk.
Yeah.
And, there'll be things that pop up here, there, whatever, when there's news, but
Yeah, but I'm going to do things differently tonight. I know people are focused on. I'm going all in on Harrison Barnes.
Just booing the hell out of him.
Nobody's thinking about him. He needs to be. I need to have my voice heard.
LOL.
Yeah.
Yeah. It'll be interesting. I suspect it will be the large majority will cheer De'Aaron. But I also, as I said, I think you'll be able to hear the boos on the broadcast. There'll be boos cut through. If you get 10% of the building that boos, I think you'll be able to hear some of them.
Yeah, and then the other part is, I think I heard this. I don't know that I have 100% confirmation, but I thought I did. I think they're doing a tribute to him.
Yeah,
so,
they are.
Yeah, okay. So that's generally first time out, second time out, something like that. That's a harder one because that's him all as a King.
Right.
He's not a Spur at that moment.
Yep.
I don't know. We'll see how that goes too.
What if they just played that last play that we played?
That's their video. Then follow with
Pass out of bounds.
LOL.
Travel.
Love you, De'Aaron.
Yeah. Thanks.
I'm really happy to be over this. This whole thing has not been pleasant. I've not enjoyed.
I haven't either.
This last month of Fox Talk at all. I don't think I've ever been at odds more with some in the fan base, and I don't like that feeling. There's just a lot of emotion, a lot of vitriol, both sides. I saw somebody. I won't call them out, but it was a prominent enough Kings fan account that I know who they. I recognize them, and it was something. What did they say? Something like any real Kings fan will be cheering De'Aaron Fox tonight. I'll be there cheering him. No real Kings fan will boo, and I do take exception to that. Look, I don't think people should boo. I think it's beneath us as a fan base and what our reputation is. I wouldn't boo if I was there. I don't like gatekeeping. If you decide to pay your money and go and boo, God bless you. That's your decision. You go boo and you boo your face off. That to me, that has no bearing on how good or bad. Kings fans that don't boo should not feel superior to Kings fans that boo. You can disagree with it, but I don't like the gatekeeping. I never let real fans, not real fans.
Yeah.
Dude, look, if you're going to these games and you wear Kings things, you're a real fan. This is not a bandwagon team.
Right.
This is not the Lakers or the Knicks or the whoever's. This is not. You have to want it to be a Kings fan. So
yeah, I think the only thing that I'm with you a little bit too, I just kind of want this to be done. The only thing that has made this a little bit better for me, I think when this first happened in the trade and then just where the standings were, I remember we were talking about we better really wrap our head around the idea that these two teams could play in a play-in and how dangerous, but that's not going to happen.
No.
So at least that part, it's like,
Wow. I mean, wow.
But imagine that scenario. It's like, man, just to stay alive, do you have to beat De'Aaron Fox here or there and Wemby? And now, obviously, Wemby's out, and the Spurs are on their way out. So, yeah.
By the way, I was also, I don't spend a lot of time on this. I was also talking to somebody yesterday, too. I throughout all of this, one thing I had never really thought of or considered, I was aware of, but never really threw it in there. But one of my buddies said, it wouldn't surprise me that if you took the demo that is planning on booing or say they would boo, apparently a decent amount of those people bought his cryptocurrency.
Oh,
and there was a lot of controversy there because the people that it's not like De'Aaron was like, out there paying the gas on Ethereum. Sure. It was his people. But
that was like the first time when everyone got something and they didn't know what it was.
Yeah, exactly. And it got, they call it rugging. It got pulled, and a lot of people lost. Look, you mess with somebody's money.
Yeah,
that goes a little bit beyond sports. I never actually really considered that either. That there's actually probably some people that are still a little bitter over that. But coming up a little bit later, we'll talk about that as well. And I'll tell a side of this story too that I haven't mentioned yet, since we've all talked about this when it comes to the relationship with De'Aaron and his family as well, leading up to all of this tonight. In the meantime, cut number two.
Johnson lays it up at the buzzer. It'll drop in, but it just makes it a 2-point win for the Warriors. 121-119. The Warriors hold on for dear life, and they wrap up the road trip 4-1 to improve to 35-28.
Did you see that shot?
That one?
Yeah.
Stupid.
Jesus. It really is a video game, dude. He really is.
Like, if that happened in a video game, I'm throwing the controller on my friend saying that doesn't happen in real life.
100%. You're so right, dude. That is so freaking weird. If you didn't see it, it's like a turnaround from mid-court with about 1.5 seconds left in the quarter, and it just swooshes. Yeah. And he knew it. And he was walking away.
It's a swoosh.
It's a swoosh. Not a swish. It's a swoosh. Listen, he makes that shot in a 2-point victory. That would have been nice. That would have been nice. As it is right now, the Warriors are currently
getting away a little bit.
Yeah, 2 games ahead of the Kings. They've won 8 of 10, 3 in a row. We'll get into standings watch a little bit later. I'm feeling a little more comfortable, and I probably shouldn't, about the Kings' place in the play-in, being that Dallas and Phoenix are the ones behind them. They've got a little bit of room there, but they could also, look, we could be coming in here on Monday in a completely different position.
For sure.
So looking forward to that. Meanwhile, very quickly, cut number 3.
1-2 pitch. High fly ball, deep right center. It's a 3-homer day for Lawrence Butler. They fought the law, and the law won. Again and again and again. Last 3 at-bats, 3 home runs. It is party time for the Athletics. Fun and frolic in Philadelphia.
That's a fantastic call right there. And the A's reward Lawrence Butler.
I like this.
They have spent a lot of money, at least for the A's, in the offseason. Now, listen, of course, you have to throw in that they needed to spend money this offseason in order to be a part of revenue sharing. There are mathematics to it, but whatever. 7 years, $65.5 million. And it's funny, when you hear the numbers that are thrown around these days for different players, you're talking about a guy last year who had 22 homers, 57 RBI, batted .262 with 18 stolen bases and 63 runs. Those are not all-star numbers, but those are good, solid numbers. And you're talking about a guy who turned 24 last July.
Right.
So between guys like that and Rooker, a few others, Mason Miller, Shea Langolier, like they have a nice core. And it's actually more common than not to see writers nationally saying, the A's could compete for a playoff spot this year. So there are actually some expectations coming in. And if you didn't see Jeff Passan's great extended article yesterday on ESPN, it's a free article on both Tampa Bay and the Athletics of which I'm going to say Oakland about 74 times.
Yeah.
We should actually sponsor it.
Right.
Counter. About the 2 Major League Baseball teams playing in minor league parks this year. It's actually an incredibly interesting read. There's going to be a flood of articles coming out over the next 2-3. I know this. I've sat for the Ringer and the New York Times in the last week. Yes, that's right. I do. I do. That's a flex. I speak to. It's actually a B writer that moonlights for the Times, which I think is the Athletic, but they got a ton of stuff coming out. A lot of people writing stuff and doing all kinds of think pieces. So Sacramento will be in the spotlight over the next 3-4 weeks. And that's all good. That's great. Still don't like it. Still a little yucky, but you got to get behind it because they're here.
Did you notice what Jeff Passan called the A's? And not Oakland Athletics.
Yes.
Which is like, oh, that's a perfect.
They're starting to be called squatters, but I've seen squatters by a lot of people too. That they're being referred to as Major League Baseball squatters. Whatever. They're here. They'll open against the Cubs in just a couple weeks. We'll take a break. When we come back, the Kings are back to face the Spurs. DeMar DeRozan is angry. And we'll get into the first parts of this matchup. We'll do that next.
You never know what you might hear when listening to a Sacramento Kings game.
Out of Keegan, going for another triple. Man, is he feeling it. Keegan, can he do it? Yes, there's number 11, Keegan Murray. Keegan steps back. He just knocked down his 12th three-pointer, a Kings franchise record. He's got 45 points.
Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with Sacktown Sports and the Sacktown Sports app.
Sacramento's premier country music festival, Country in the Park, is coming back May 16th and 17th at Cal Expo with Bailey Zimmerman, Billy Currington, Cole Wetzel, Nate Smith, and more. You'll enjoy food trucks, rock walls, and a mechanical bull, line dancing, and more. Single-day GA tickets start at $52 at CITPFest.com. Country in the Park, May 16th and 17th with Save Mart and McKee Brothers Plumbing and Rooter Incorporated. Find out more at CITPFest.com.
When an overwhelmed injury victim calls Ashton or Price, we immediately remove their legal burden and introduce them to the very best medical care in the region. They focus on their health, and we handle all the rest. When they reach the end of their medical journey and are reunited with happiness and hope, we unleash our decades of legal experience to obtain maximum compensation. We are real, local, experienced litigators and snappy dressers too. Consultation's free, and there's never a fee until we win.
Remember, for the best advice, don't think twice. Call Ashton and Price.
Great conditions, a fun layout, and unbeatable value. Timber Creek and Sierra Pines are Sacramento's #1 rated golf destination. With 27 holes, a spacious practice facility, and professional instruction, there's always a way to improve your game. Planning a tournament or corporate event, they offer customizable packages and award-winning catering to make your event effortless. Timber Creek is easy to find in Roseville, but hard to forget. Book your round today at timbercreekgc.com or call 916-774-3851.
This is the story of the one. He's responsible for keeping a leading healthcare facility clean and safe. And he trusts Grainger's high-quality HVAC cleaning and safety products, combined with their world-class supply chain, to consistently deliver, ensuring he's covered inside and out, so he can focus on keeping his facility clean to help protect the health of everyone inside. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Are you 50 or older? This news is for you. The CDC now recommends you get vaccinated against pneumococcal pneumonia. Even if you're healthy, your age puts you at risk. People 50 or older are over 6 times more likely to be hospitalized with pneumococcal pneumonia compared to adults 18 to 49. Just one shot can help protect you. Learn more and schedule at vaxassist.com. That's VAXassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
1 ticket, 2 huge shows. The Sacramento Boat Show and the Big RV Show. Multiple dealers discounting all the best brands. Hundreds of wakeboard boats, fishing boats, and pontoon boats. Acres and acres of travel trailers, fifth wheel, toy hauler, and motorhome. And loads of ATVs too. 2 shows, 1 massive event. The Sacramento Boat Show and the Big RV Show. On now at Sacramento's Cal Expo. Find discounts at 2hugeshows.com.
They say that variety is the spice of life. And it's that spicy little variety that's key to keeping your workout routine from feeling routine. At InShape Fitness, we have everything you need to mix up your workouts. From studio classes to our turf and functional areas, with more than enough ways to keep things interesting. So drop the kids off at InShape's Kid Zone, grab a workout buddy, and hit the floor, hop on a bike, or lift the weights. Just not all at the same time. We are in shape. You are ready. Join online today at InShape.com.
Dunks, threes, buzzer beaters. There's so much NBA happening. I gotta keep up.
Easy there. There's a better way to NBA with the NBA app.
Wait, really?
Follow your favorite teams and the league's brightest stars. Be on the ball with real-time stats and scores.
Yeah?
And go behind all the drama with new docs and shows.
Are you kidding?
Catch every swish, dunk, and bucket. All of this, all in one place, all for free.
Thank you.
There's a better way to NBA. Download the app today. Available on the Google Play, Apple app, and Android stores.
It's Friday, folks, and perfect weather for a classic Palisades weekend. Dial in your gear and fire up your Toyota because it's rippable out here. I'm Johnny Mosley with your Friday Toyota Tahoe report.
Thanks, Johnny. You're going to want to lose a layer today with sunny skies and the high near 37. Tonight, expect clear skies with a low around 23. And tomorrow, the sun will keep shining on Tahoe with a high near 37. This report is brought to you by your local Toyota dealers. Toyota, let's go places.
Meanwhile, at Xfinity.
Okay, huddle up. Do you realize how many fans stream basketball? It's madness.
But real fans stream with Xfinity Internet.
Totally. We've engineered the fastest connection.
With reduced buffering and low lag.
'Cause making streaming better is what we do!
Yeah!
Yeah!
Can we let go now? It's really not a huddle with two people.
Switch to Xfinity Internet and stream live sports from the best seat in the house. Bring on the good stuff. Restrictions apply. Not available in all areas. Actual speed vary, not guaranteed.
The following is a test of the emergency alert system. This is only a test.
The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
On Sacktown Sports.
Whoa. Shout out to Mr. Ball, the artiste of this song. Better recorded than live. I would say I've seen a couple of live versions. Yeah, it's all right. Welcome back. As always, you can chat on the chat line at YouTube. Just go to YouTube, watch us, say hello, hi, how are you? And get in on that chat, or just watch, or just ignore it. Hey, it's up to you. And as always, we encourage debate. We do encourage everything. Really, it's pretty much a free for all. No politics and no spamming. Those are the rules. Pretty much that's it. You can text us 916-339-1140. Spurs, Kings tonight. Jason Ross. Any storylines that interest you?
Quite a few, obviously. As great as the road trip was, if we do like centralized on the Kings, this is, we're kind of back into that must win, right? We know what's ahead. There are way more difficult games in March.
Yes.
If you were to lose a game like tonight, it's just, you have to make this up somewhere. And can you? Sure. But why do that to yourself?
No, yeah.
Get the ones you need and want and can get. The Spurs haven't been that great. Obviously, they're more than capable. It's not like, hey, there's no chance. That's not the point. But it's like, if you think you're a play-in or a playoff team, you got to beat teams that aren't.
You have to.
Yeah, right? And we're this late. There's no more, well, it happens. Like, no, not tonight. It just can't be. So, but by the way, still no Sabonis and no Monk. So, it's not going to be easy, but they're also missing a pretty important player too, Victor Wembanyama.
Yeah, they're missing that guy, and it shows. They have lost, 5 of their last 7.
Yeah.
Including at New Orleans, at Houston. They did win at Memphis by 2. That was kind of an anomaly. Lost to OKC, no shame in that. And then their last game, Tuesday, they were at home, and they beat Brooklyn. This is the start of a 2-game trip for them. And if you look by the way, if you look at them in the standings just for funsies, they have been slowly sliding down the list. They are now 4.5 back of the Dallas Mavericks for the play-in.
Yeah, and you said 2-game trip. It's here and in Minnesota.
That's
what kind of a road trip is that?
Yeah, like think about it. It's like a
and then back home. Yeah.
It's like a backwards P, kind of.
Yeah.
I guess. I don't know.
Sure.
DeMar DeRozan said after the loss to New Orleans, their last loss to Denver, he couldn't wait to get back on the floor. That he was not happy with I'm paraphrasing, not happy with the refs. Couldn't wait to get back on the floor. He and I think the entire team is carrying a little. On one hand, you got to put the loss, put it behind you, but I don't mind them carrying over some motivation. I don't mind them carrying over some fire. And really, how many times have we said this year when playing teams that are, at least on paper and by record, less talented than this team? How many times have we said you just have to come out of the box strong? I hope they come out. I'd love to see a 4-35, 40-point first quarter, a nice double-digit lead after one, and just don't give these guys any confidence. And certainly, look, there's one about De'Aaron Fox. He's one of two. I do not expect him to have. Here's what I don't expect, Jason. I don't expect De'Aaron Fox tonight to have a pedestrian game.
Right.
I think it's going to be a couple of extremes. The dude's either going to go absolutely berserk, and pumped up, angry, whatever. He's going to go berserk, or it's going to be a 4 of 16 with 14 points type of night. Maybe I'm wrong, but I expect we'll look at his box score Monday, and it will be an extreme one way or the other.
I would agree with that. And then look, in the track records, De'Aaron's a really good player.
Yeah.
Right. And good players when they come back the first time. I mean, De'Aaron, however you feel about him, it's still, the team still did trade him.
Yeah.
Whether if that's what he wanted, his group want, whatever. There's still that element. And so there's more to this game for De'Aaron. It just has to be. And I feel like he's going to want to make a statement.
So that means somebody's going to have to guard him.
Mm-hmm.
It won't be Malik Monk, who was diagnosed with a toe sprain. He is, when I say he's out indefinitely, I know that sounds like a long time. They just don't have, he could be back Sunday,
Mm-hmm.
or he could be back this weekend, but he will not play tonight. So you imagine Keon. There is a part of me that wonders if they're dinking around with the idea of starting Markelle Fultz, but I'm pretty sure Keon will get the start tonight. So I would imagine that Keon will guard De'Aaron, although they might put him on Castle.
Yeah, they got a lot of guards. Now, Castle's been coming off the bench, but still, it's Chris Paul, it's Vassell.
Yeah.
I mean, they're a small team. So,
They are.
But the irony is, I think it's going to be Keon, but also I think it's going to be
Keegan.
Mm-hmm.
That's going to be strange.
Yeah.
Keegan's basically a godfather to his kids.
Yeah.
Who has the advantage, I wonder, there? Does De'Aaron have the advantage because he knows the defensive 10? Obviously, look, these guys have gone up against each other a ton of times in practice, but game is different than practice.
Yeah.
And I always wonder who would have the advantage, and I'm sure that varies from player to player. Is it a guy like De'Aaron coming in and going, oh, I know their weakness, I know which way to go here? Or is it a guy like Keon, if let's say he's guarding De'Aaron, that says, I know exactly, I'm going to force him to his right, I know what all his great spots are, corner of the key, this, that, whatever. I know everything about this dude. It does make you wonder if he's going to have an advantage or if the defense is going to have an advantage.
I would always lean, and someone else could probably differ or argue this, but I always lean to the offense. I think offensive players always have the advantage, but the fact that the amount of reps from watching and or playing against in practice or just pickup or just times working out, that some things, but still when you're the offensive player, it's like, look, I know what Steph's going to do. Can you stop him? I mean, I know what SGA is going to do. These guys are all great scorers, and Fox is one of them. So I would still say Fox has that slight advantage, but it's nice to have the intel of the reps against him.
It's also interesting when you look at not just the form of the team, but the form of individual players. Stephon Castle is enjoying easily the best month of his career. We're only 3 games into it, but he's averaging 24, 5, and 5 on pretty efficient shooting, 54%, 33% from beyond the arc. He's not really a 3 guy, and his free throws have been 58% this month. And that's for a guy that's averaging somewhere in the, I think, mid 70s, low 70s this year. Castle looks, we're going to talk about that a little bit later, but Stephon Castle looks like the real deal.
Yeah, there was a game I was watching them, and like they had Castle, they had Fox, they had Vassell, I think they had Keldon Johnson.
Yeah.
And maybe they had Sohan out there, but like, it was, I don't know, 6, 8 and below. And it's just, but they flood the floor with shooters and spacing, and without Victor, that's kind of what they have to do. I mean, that's what they have now.
It does make you wonder, because on one hand, normally you would look at this team and you go, okay, there's too many cooks in the kitchen. As you mentioned, Chris Paul, De'Aaron Fox, Vassell, Keldon Johnson, Stephon Castle, who's 6'6". You got a lot of very talented guards. I imagine Chris Paul is not going to be there next year. And you would think, oh, well, they're going to have to make room. But to your point, and I couldn't agree with you more, the Spurs might be one of those teams next year that literally could start 4 guards and Victor Wembanyama.
Yeah.
And be just fine.
Absolutely. I mean, but there's also an argument maybe to be made, hey, can you move one of those guards for a really nice 3 or 4?
Sure.
You know, I mean, they do at Barnes, but I mean, could you get someone else maybe at that 4 position?
Coming up later in 3 for Madness, one of the things we'll ask is who would you take over the next 5 years, Castle or Fox? There's a couple of really talented guards there. We'll take a break. When we come back, just a real quick look at the Oakland skyline, which is really pretty this time of day. And don't forget, spring forward this weekend with the time change. Unrelated, we'll also take a look at the Athletics and their extension of Lawrence Butler, but also just want to take everyone's temperature real quick on what's coming up. I know at least one guy in the chat's very excited, but are you watching? Are you aware? Are you just kind of waiting for it to happen? We'll see where you're at, Sacramento, on the Athletics coming up next.
The only place you'll find Keegan Murray is Sacktown Sports.
Out to Keegan Murray, straight away for 3, and Keegan knocks down the triple. Hey, Sacramento, it's Keegan Murray, and you're listening to the home of Sacramento Kings, Sacktown Sports.
Your local sports leader.
Advanced Infusion Center, where we prioritize your comfort and well-being. Whether you're managing a chronic condition or seeking specialized IV therapy, our state-of-the-art center offers tailored solutions to meet your needs. Advanced Infusion Center's dedicated healthcare professionals are here to ensure your safety and provide personalized care. Conveniently located in Sacramento and Yuba City with flexible scheduling options. Experience a new standard in infusion therapy. Visit Advanced Infusion Center today at advancedinfusion.com.
If you've been looking for an SUV that combines luxury, comfort, and off-road capability, look no further than the most awarded SUV ever, the Jeep Grand Cherokee at Sacramento Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. With 470 foot-pounds of torque, a 6,000-pound towing capacity, great gas mileage, the 2025 Jeep Grand Cherokee at Sacramento Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram is the perfect SUV for all your needs. See for yourself why people are coming from all over to Sacramento Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. Centrally located across from Hagan Oaks Golf Course, it's the place where a handshake still means something.
High voltage live boxing action returns to the venue on March 8th as Uppercut Promotions presents Thunder Showdown 2 with 8 big fights on the bill featuring top-level veterans and the best in up-and-coming new names. Scheduled fighters include names like cruiserweights Blake McKernan and Sean Miller. It's a night of great boxing action you won't want to miss. It's Thunder Showdown 2 coming March 8th to the venue at the Thunder Valley Casino Resort. Fight cards subject to change. See Thunder Valley website for scheduled lineup.
Hi, I'm Smokey Bear, and I made an assistant to help you out because only you can prevent wildfires.
Hey, Assistant Smokey Bear, call me Papa Bear because I'm grilling up dinner. You get it?
Yes, good job.
So what should I do with all these coals?
Don't just toss them out. Put them in a metal container because those embers can start a wildfire.
I understand. The stakes are high.
Ha, 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 ha.
Learn more at SmokeyBear.com.
Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service, your state forester, and the Ad Council. Something amazing is happening. Technology is working harder, faster, and more reliably. It's delivering results that work. But who makes technology work? CDW. We're a full-service technology solutions provider, advising our clients and designing customized solutions so they can reach their goals and do amazing things. CDW. Make amazing happen. Find out more at cdw.com.
Come check out Capital Casino, Sacramento's #1 poker room with the most variety of table games in the region in a safe and friendly environment. Plenty of well-lit parking available, conveniently located in downtown Sacramento. And remember, Capital Casino has the best food, the best service, and the best action. 411 North 16th Street in downtown Sacramento. For more information, log on to capital-casino.com and please gamble responsibly. 1-800-GAMBLER.
Sacktown Sports is bringing you the biggest live events in town. Whether you're rocking out or dancing the night away, check out the Sacktown Sports live events calendar. Crank it up with Steel Panther at Ace of Spades on March 15th. Then catch rising country star Alexandra Kay the next night, March 16th, also at Ace of Spades. On March 22nd, experience the magic of the Ronstadt Review featuring Jasenia at the Crest Theater. Then get ready for an epic night. Papa Roach and Rise Against take over Golden One Center March 29th, while comedy legends Jay Leno and Arsenio Hall bring the laughs to Hard Rock Live Sacramento on that same night. And for country fans, Lee Brice and Walker Hayes hit Ironstone Amphitheater on June 21st, and Parker McCullum takes the stage August 16th at the Ironstone Amphitheater up in Murphys, California. Don't miss out. Find more info and score your chance to win tickets at SacktownSports.com. The Sacktown Sports live events calendar. Your ticket to the best seat in the house.
Waking you up with the best in local sports.
They just make it interesting, you know?
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
On Sacktown Sports.
Like my wife does. Blow the whistle. Yep.
Set the screen.
That sounds bad out of context.
Set the screen. Set the screen.
That's a good remix. Go with it, Chris.
Set the screen. Set the screen.
Yeah.
Set the screen.
Welcome back. Dave, Jason, Chris, Friday. The chat is the chat today. They've got a
Friday, gotta get down on Friday.
They're booing. There's booers in the chat.
Booing us?
I don't think so. I think they're just booing they're booing. They're
pre-booing Fox.
Pre-booing.
Should we set up a YouTube poll?
Will you boo?
Yes.
Yeah.
But I mean, okay.
Yeah.
Construct the question for me, because I mean that sounds very basic, but you have to be going to the game.
If you were at the game tonight,
okay, there
would you boo?
Got it.
Yes or no? I'm going to guess here. So it was 75-25 not booing on Twitter. We had about, I think, 3,500 respondents.
That's pretty good.
Much smaller sample size in the chat. I think it's going to be. I actually think it'll be more like 60-40 against, because it's a smaller sample size, and I know we have people in there.
Okay.
That will be booing. They'll be putting off that jilted X energy tonight, which is always what you want representing Sacramento. And that is their right. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. If you, in fact, feel jilted by an ex-player considered a top 5 king of all time, listen, Carmichael Dave here to tell you it is 100% your right to boo. That's right. If you want to let ex-player... I was going to do
That's pretty good.
No,
that was very good.
Get into a whole thing. I got you. You probably stopped me at the right time. Lawrence Butler is picking up the dinner check. He's not, in a baseball standpoint, I should clarify rich, but in a human standpoint, his kids are going to private school. Good for him. And the A's are spending a little bit of money here. They will be opening up later this month. And just, Jason, what about 3 weeks, give or take, against the Chicago Cubs?
Yeah, the home opener, 24 days away. Not that I'm counting.
Not that you're counting. You're excited.
Very much so. I love baseball.
Yeah, I don't, but...
I know. Want to get in a fantasy league with me? It'll help you.
Are you
I'm in one that's going to be full, but we could do another one. I think we did a station one last year that you did not partake in.
What if we did like a show one?
You and Chris. Well, we
I mean like with
listeners, sure.
With
I would say we always it's almost time for streaking.
Let's go streaking. Yeah, do you still have the results from the end of last year?
I'm sure somewhere.
Sure, somebody's still on the
Maybe
streak.
I'll keep it as an active. Oh yeah, I think we do have an active streak going. A couple of them maybe.
I don't hate the idea of doing a fantasy league. I haven't done a base. All I did forever was just baseball. I probably did
that's the start of all of this.
Baseball fantasy leagues, maybe before I even got
by
into
hand.
football. Yeah,
reading the paper on Sunday, right?
That's right. That's right. The
rotisserie league.
Rotisserie. God, where did that go? Yeah. My goodness, you're right. I am attracted to that idea because of what you just said. It's a really good point. You're going to know a lot more if you're. But then the problem is that knowing a lot more might make me talk about it a lot more. I don't know. Is that a good thing?
Why not?
Well, I just don't know. I don't know where the audience is at.
That's true.
I'm a little disconnected from that.
Well,
I would be against it because then I'd have to watch baseball.
That's what I'm saying.
Well, the one thing that will be different this year, you've always been a Giants fan, whether
Yes.
you're fully in or partially in. But, I mean, the team is here. They're here.
So here's
They may not be here to stay, but they're here.
I don't think they're going to Vegas.
This is not your team. And they're also not here to stay. He
Chris
doesn't think they're going to Vegas.
Well, then they're here, Chris, right?
Maybe.
But do you think they're maybe? But do you think they're staying here?
No.
Where would they go?
I tend to agree with him. Salt Lake, probably.
Why?
Because they have the money.
They have a stadium?
They have the money for the stadium. And they also have a minor league stadium they can play in. They got a ton of money behind their bid.
So they would leave after 3 years here of what we think will be success in some way, shape, or form. Not the wins, losses, but
I think it'll be more like 4 at least. It could extend into a 5th, maybe. That part, a lot of things. Well, it's just a lot of things could happen between now and then.
That's forever.
We've talked about it before. I don't see a path to them staying. I'm just trying to think it through. Yeah. I'd love to be wrong, but it's the boring stuff. I don't see a world in which John Fisher is just going to be like, hey, Vivek, let's do a private deal, just us, and not put it up to the highest bidder. He's going to try to first off, you have to get him to sell.
Right.
Which I think if Vegas falls through, you might be able to.
Which also would then also be another shame.
100, well,
to backtrack, like even this part is a shame, but like
totally.
If ultimately he's sold, you're like, could you have done that before?
Right. Yeah. Could you have maybe done that? Yeah. And then if he puts it up for sale, well, it's going to be up for sale to everybody.
Yeah.
And I don't think the money.
Should we go in?
I got
a show.
I got 5 on it.
I've got 5.
I got 6.
Oh, baller, Jason.
Yeah.
Ooh, I have 6.
Well, I mean, our ratings.
He's the controlling partner.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'll be the face.
Managing partner, Jason Ross. I think if it goes up to a bid, I don't think our people here, we just don't have the people. I mean, God bless Vivek. I'm not saying he's not rich, but you got to put a whole ownership group together. And when you consider you're probably buying that team for between $2 and $3 billion, and then you have to build a stadium. Yeah. It's probably a $3.5 to $4 billion commitment, and we don't have Darryl Steinberg, we don't have Kevin Johnson.
So we're 5, 5, and 6.
Also, ESPN is getting rid of their getting rid of baseball.
That money is going away.
Yeah, I don't see how baseball is a profitable business. Going forward.
I think the most profit they're going to be getting is going to be on things like you're going to start seeing a lot of talk about expansion, I think, at some point, because that's the Ponzi scheme that really puts money in the owner's pockets.
It's the MLS plan.
It's exactly right. So if somebody can help me with who's buying it here, and that's going to outbid I'm just throwing names out there, but Joe Lacob in the Bay Area saying, hey, let's bring him back. Feel good story for Oakland. The Salt Lake City contingent, which has a ton of rich people behind it. Where are we going to build the stadium? There's no appetite for a public-private partnership for a baseball stadium anymore. There is not.
Could that change if they're here and it goes well?
I certainly can't say no, but the problem is that, and again, this is the stuff that bores people, but the Kings aren't here right now. If Kevin McCarty was the mayor in 2013,
no, that's very true.
And he's the mayor right now,
yeah.
And he voted no twice on an arena. you don't have that type of counsel. At West Sacramento, though, I think they've got some levers they can pull depending on the site, federal grants. It's only going to get you to infrastructure and beyond. I don't think they've got the $800 million to $1 billion to pay for that on top of ownership. So I think if Vegas were to fall through, my money would be most likely on either back to Oakland, and you have the Giants issue there, or Salt Lake City. But that being said, and I'm very public in how I feel about them coming here and all that, but they're here. You got to get behind them. You got to get behind them. So I am excited for the city. City's wanted Major League Baseball for a long, long time. And whether it's for a year, 4 years, or permanently, they're going to have baseball for the next few years. That's going to be an exciting thing. And God forbid they do well. I mean, that's going to be a really, really cool thing here.
I think they got a chance to be okay this year.
I agree with you. I 100% agree with you. We'll talk about that a little bit more later. Just get ready for a lot of stories to start coming out featuring the city. And maybe they can pull their heads out of their asses, too, and call them the Sacramento A's. That'd be a good start.
That'd be a great start.
When we came back, everybody's favorite topic, the legacy of De'Aaron Fox. Where's the anger coming from? Who's who? What's what? And we'll just kind of go back through some history of a returning king. Jason's going to talk to you about overhead. I can't wait for that. I'll be listening up for all the new deals and fun stuff. And we'll be back with Fox Talk next.
On the move? Got somewhere to be?
Take Sacramento Kings basketball with you. The Sacktown Sports app will let you stay connected to your passion. Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with the Sacktown Sports app.
Well, I am going to talk to you about some of the great deals at Overhead Door Company of Sacramento. How about $150 off a garage door with a purchase of a garage door opener? They are here to give you great deals, great service. It's a great company and a great product. And we are very proud owners of new doors from the Overhead Door Company of Sacramento. The garage doors look great. In fact, it's a couple-week anniversary today. The install was a couple weeks ago, and the doors every day, drive home, look at it. It just pops. It looks great. I love the convenience we now have. But just anytime you get something new and you're happy with the product, you just want to show it off. I've had family, hey, look at the garage doors. What do you think? Oh my gosh, that's great. I mean, you're proud of it. You love it. And that's how you're going to feel when you work with the great people at the Overhead Door Company of Sacramento. Check out their showroom. Check out their website, overheaddoorofsacramento.com, and you'll get a free estimate there. But maybe it's your current garage door just needs a simple fix or a little tweak to it. Well, they can do that. Full replacements as well in homes or commercial, residential. Look, they're here to help you have the best product you possibly can. Amazing people. Make this weekend you kind of do a little research and find out more about what they can do for you. It's the Overhead Door Company of Sacramento. They are phenomenal. You can call them at 916-421-3747. Overhead Door Company of Sacramento, the genuine, the original overhead door. Always look for the red ribbon logo.
You ever try fixing your car and realize you're missing that one part? Yeah, been there. That's why eBay is my go-to. They've got millions of parts, guaranteed to fit. I'm talking brake pads for when yours have seen one too many miles of stop and go. Oil filters, because you don't mess around with your engine care. Even got this cold air intake on my watch list. I might just go for it. To keep the ride cool and your DIY streak high. Find all the parts you need at prices you'll love. Guaranteed to fit every time. eBay. Things people love. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
ZipRecruiter is the place. ZipRecruiter is the place for talented teachers, savvy software developers, and master mixologists. ZipRecruiter is the place where you meet all these people and more. That's because ZipRecruiter is the place for job seekers who are looking for new opportunities. In fact, ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day, so you can find the right candidates right away. It's no wonder that ZipRecruiter is the place for skilled skydiving instructors, accomplished airbrush artists, and proficient pediatricians. But if you're not using ZipRecruiter to hire, you're missing out. ZipRecruiter is the place that's so confident it can make your hiring easier that it lets you try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. So if you want the right candidates for all your roles, ZipRecruiter is the place to go. Try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free. Never miss out on great candidates with ZipRecruiter.
Every Saturday in March is your chance to shoot your shot at Sky River Casino's $250,000 Slam Dunk Cash Giveaway. Play slots and table games to earn entries and get 100 bonus entries every Monday and Tuesday. Visit Sky River Casino daily to score a free entry. Then join every Saturday from 7 to 10 p.m. for a chance to win up to $250,000. Visit skyriver.com for details. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Must be 21 or older.
Big savings are back at Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop. New Hondas are piling up, and that means big savings for you.
Looking to own or lease? During the spring sales event, drive a brand new Accord or Civic. Visit us today at FolsomLakeHonda.com, your one-stop Honda shop.
As a family-owned and operated dealership since 2009, customer service is our #1 priority. Our customers love doing business with us, and you will too.
Folsom Lake Honda, yeah, your one-stop Honda shop.
One ticket, 2 huge shows. The Sacramento Boat Show and the Big RV Show. Multiple dealers discounting all the best brands. Hundreds of wakeboard boats, fishing boats, and pontoon boats. Acres and acres of travel trailers, fifth wheel, toy hauler, and motorhome. And loads of ATVs too. 2 shows, 1 massive event. The Sacramento Boat Show and the Big RV Show. On now at Sacramento's Cal Expo. Find discounts at 2hugeshows.com.
Hey, Kings fans, join us for a watch party and live game night broadcast with the high flyer Henry Turner and me at Tom's Watch Bar today from 5:30 to 6:30 against San Antonio. Enjoy 360-degree viewing, surround sound, prizes, and more. Tom's Watch Bar.
When you're overwhelmed with tax debt, deciding what to do next is a true win or lose decision. You can lose your car, your paycheck, even your retirement savings, or you can choose someone to help you win this battle with the IRS. Now is the time to tackle your tax debt, but you don't have to do it alone. Meet Priority Tax Relief, veteran-owned and the expert in tax debt resolution. Our priority is fighting for you. Our team has helped clients save millions and can reduce or even erase your tax debt. Call 800-406-1584 right now to talk to our winning team. Priority Tax Relief has a direct line to the IRS. That's right, a fast track to find out if you qualify for life-changing tax relief in just minutes. Priority Tax Relief fights to protect your money, has 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau. Why wait? Call Priority Tax Relief for your free tax consultation. Call 800-406-1584. That's 800-406-1584. Let's make your taxes our priority. Stop your tax debt now. Call 800-406-1584.
KHD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD3 Sacramento.
From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
Sacktown Sports 1140.
The Carmichael Dave Show.
He's on the microphone when he's not on the microphone. He's playing a song, and when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone, and then boom.
With Jason Ross.
No, he didn't. Yes, he did.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on Sacktown Sports.
I want to remind you, go to YouTube, like, subscribe, see all of our interviews, shows in their entirety, not just us, middays, afternoons, weekends.
All of them.
All of they. You can even see individual interviews. You're like, I'm not really here for the show, but I'm interested in what Sam said.
Interview.
Yeah. You can go watch that too. You can also download the app, which you should. Which will give you all the heads up as to when stuff is going on, including breaking news and more. So download all of that today. By the way, I was informed of 2 things yesterday. One, so we won the first week of the intra-show competition.
In a rout.
In an absolute mollywhopping.
Yeah.
Secondly, doesn't look like it's letting up. We've got quite the lead. Quite the lead. Like, I'm not saying we've already clinched week 2, because we're going to keep pushing.
Yeah.
We're going to get at least one more of these in.
All gas, no brakes.
All gas, 0 brakes. I've also been informed that my request has been approved, and towards the end of the show Tuesday, our fearless leader, Jose, will be stepping in to publicly acknowledge.
To crown us?
To crown us, and really for the boss to say to the listeners just how dominant the show is compared to our colleagues. And we say that not to disrespect.
No, we're rooting for them.
We're rooting for them, and we want them to, all tides rise, the ship that sinks.
Leading by example.
That is leading by example.
But keep up.
keep up.
Yeah.
King Kong ain't got shit on me.
Absolutely what we were saying right there.
Yes.
In its entirety.
Those just pop in. We don't do anything.
I want to add this real quick, Dave.
Yeah.
You said you don't have a real feel on the Kings fans with De'Aaron Fox and why they're booing him.
I have.
You've
yeah.
got a great feel on the YouTube chat.
What's the
currently people cheering for De'Aaron Fox if they're going to the game? 63%. Boo, 37%.
Yeah,
We're right about the range.
Right about there. Well, our chat is unique, that's for sure. We were talking about
I want to recount
Fox legacy from the 916. Here's your Fox legacy. An overrated player who put up big meaningless numbers and bad times and then quit the second he had a decent roster because he was ready to go. He gets glazed by media members who are mad at the front office even though they gave him plenty of help at the end. That's from the 916. Let's see. What would be really cool is a moment of silence. No boos, no ovation, just silence.
I always thought that would be cool to do for like the opposing team taking a free throw for the entire arena to go silent, but everyone's standing up and going crazy.
Just gesticulating wildly. Yeah, doing the Verlaud back and forth. Well, I obviously disagree with the previous texter. I think De'Aaron Fox's legacy is complicated, but I will go back to the video he cut. I want to say his second year here, where he talked about wanting to win a championship here. That Sacramento is known as a joke. We're not laughing, that type of thing. I appreciate always when a player is active in the community, and he was both charitably and very tangibly. We talk about Adam Saldana, Taco Truck, and Banzitos and their relationship, and putting him on his shoes, and he and his wife going to Deuce and Mo's house to sit for an interview, and he's a very simple guy. He played video games, stayed at home for the most part. You weren't hearing about De'Aaron in clubs.
Right.
Work ethic I appreciated. Taking famously Luke Laux, Florida State's Luke Laux, on his honeymoon to work on his shooting, playing through injury. I guess I have a different view. I just have a different view. Look, I understand at the end, things get a little, Humpty Dumpty. I thought Sam brought up a really good point yesterday that needs to be resurfaced, and that is, when Tyrese Halliburton got traded, he did not want to go and wanted to be here, and nobody expected him. Nobody expected he would be traded. He was traded. He had no choice in the matter. You get drafted, and you are forced to go to the team that drafts you. Generally, the better the player you are, the worse team you're going to go to, because of the way the draft works. You're forced to go there. You go there. You make the best of it. Maybe you re-sign. Maybe you don't. It takes a while to be able to control your own destiny. And Fox had that opportunity before and re-upped with the team. And then not only came to a conclusion through many things that we've litigated that it just wasn't going to work longer term here. He said, yeah, it's time to go. This is where I want to go. That he tried to. It is a little bit different for us as fans sometimes to look at players that want to control their destiny, and we get angry at that. Well, how he screwed us. He screwed us by telling us the only place he wanted to go. And by the way, the Sacramento Kings were not. There was no rule saying they couldn't trade him to anybody else. The argument, of course, which is perfectly logical, is that the market was sullied. But we've had players demand trades before to specific places. He didn't have a no trade clause. He could have been traded anywhere. The Kings could have waited till the summer. They could have waited till next trade deadline. They chose to trade him right now and to get the deal that they wanted to get. And I expect that part of the anger towards Fox is that a lot of fans are not satisfied with the deal we got back for him, and blame him, not the front office, which I think is misplaced a bit. So people are going to there are people that are going to feel some sort of way about that. I've always, and Jason, I know, and I'll shut up here, I've always, cheered ex-players. For the most part.
Yeah.
Unless it's egregious, unless it's a Hawes thing. I think one of the great traditions here in Sacramento is when an ex-player of note comes back, the ovation we give them. I think it helps give us the reputation as being some of the, if not the best fans in the NBA. And though Sacramento may lose a lot, though Sacramento isn't a cosmopolitan city to some, what you hear out of players all the time is that the fans here are what makes it. And so for that reason, I'll be cheering. But I understand there will be people that don't feel that way.
I think in the 40 years they've been here, and for me, this is my 31st season, I still think the biggest challenge for Kings fans, and you can tell me if you think of a different one, it's still heat of the Kings-Lakers.
Mm-hmm.
And Vlade is now a Laker.
Yeah.
So he's loved, but he's on the Lakers.
Yeah.
He got cheered.
Yeah.
And that was a lot of we all love Vlade.
Right.
This is pre-GM and all that stuff. It's like, but he's on the Lakers.
Mm-hmm.
He's with Kobe.
Yeah.
He's with Phil, like that group. And it's like, we can't cheer him, right? And he got cheered. And I went, well, I get it. Mm-hmm. So I feel like this question with De'Aaron, this is too fresh, too raw. Like, I mean, if people boo, they boo. Again, we're not gatekeeping. We can't control that.
Right.
I feel like his Sacramento Kings legacy question, do you think this question and answer, or the answer, is different in 4 years, in 8 years from now, when he's been through multiple times? Maybe he's retired by then. Because I do think he's one of the great Sacramento Kings of all time. I think some people will see that tonight. There's plenty of people like, I don't care about that right now. He's not the greatest Sacramento King to me, or one of them.
No.
Because he's on the opponent. He broke up part of this season, whatever they think. I wonder if that question lands differently over time. Like a lot of things, time heals some wounds. And, Fox came back. Let's say Fox was like Chris Webber, who became in the broadcast entity, which I don't think De'Aaron would do. But if he came back and he was working on national games, I feel like Fox would get, welcome back like that and get love. But this is fresh. This is still, the wound is still fresh for some.
I think I'm the one of the group out of us three that is the most, I'm trying to think of the wording to use, that is the toughest on Fox.
Mm-hmm.
But if I was there as a fan, I don't think I'd boo. I think I'd cheer him. Like, he gave us everything for as long as he was here. And like, that just seems like a crappy thing to do.
And I can hear the argument against too. It's like, well, what did he give us? He gave us one play-in and one playoff series.
Well, what did Mitch Richmond give us?
That's exactly right. And by the way, when you were talking about Vlade, the one that
one
was
playoff and
yeah, right.
He did get us an All-Star MVP, guys.
Well, there's that. Ron Artest was tough for me because he not only went to the Lakers but won a championship with them, and I was like, I'm really happy for Ron, but Lakers. And by the way, it's funny how it works out at the end, but not the beginning. Vlade didn't want to come here.
Right?
People forget about that. Vlade wanted to sign with the Clippers, or he wanted to stay with the Lakers. Mm-hmm. Then he wanted to sign with the Clippers. Clippers were like, no, it's not working. He wanted to stay near his kids, and everything, his young kids down south. And then the Kings were, it was like geography. It was like, okay, Kings, Warriors, Suns. I want to be as close as I can. And hey, it worked out great, but we weren't his first choice, and that never got held against him. Chris Webber cried on the plane, and his dad had to tell him to shut up and go play basketball. And obviously he turned into one of the most, if not the most storied king of all time.
And ironically, wasn't one of the charms of Fox on draft, like he wanted to come here.
Yes. He wanted to come here.
Wait, why?
Yes.
Why does this guy want to come to Sacramento?
I will never forget. In fact, I got a video of it somewhere still of, I was at the watch party when he was drafted, and we were all just praying the Suns would take Josh Jackson. Mm-hmm. And then everyone knew. Sometimes you don't know. Everyone knew Fox was the pick. Just like I think a lot of us knew Doncic was the pick, weirdly enough. But they were
excited about it being Fox.
Very excited about it. And when his name was called, the place just went crazy. I don't know. I feel like breakups are always messy. I've never heard him say one bad thing about the fan base. In fact, even we have sound of it. We'll play a little bit later of him talking about how much love he has for the fan base, how much time he had here, and people are bitter with him. I don't have time for bitter people.
Yeah,
and again, people can do what they want. I hope I hear more cheers than boos, but hey, it is what it is. We'll take a break. When we come back, 3 for Madness, just a 1 minute break here. 3 for Madness, and we'll ask you a couple of Fox questions, also about the Kings themselves, the team we're rooting for here, and what do they have to do tonight against the San Antonio Spurs? We'll get to that next.
You never know what you might hear when listening to a Sacramento Kings game.
Out of Keegan, going for another triple. Man, is he feeling it. Keegan, can he do it? Yes, there's number 11, Keegan Murray. Keegan steps back. He just knocked down his 12th three-pointer, a Kings franchise record. He's got 45 points.
Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with Sacktown Sports and the Sacktown Sports app.
At Wells Fargo, we know what got you into your business, whether it's manufacturing, running a restaurant, or your business from home. What you didn't get into your business for was banking. But luckily, Wells Fargo offers business checking, payments, and lending all in one place, in your neighborhood and on our app, so you can focus on doing what you love. Wells Fargo, you're good at business, we're good at business banking. Learn more at wellsfargo.com/business. Terms apply. Wells Fargo Bank and a member FDIC.
It's Friday, folks, and perfect weather for a classic Palisades weekend. Dial in your gear and fire up your Toyota because it's rippable out here. I'm Johnny Mosley with your Friday Toyota Tahoe report.
Thanks, Johnny. You're going to want to lose a layer today with sunny skies and the high near 37. Tonight, expect clear skies with a low around 23. And tomorrow, the sun will keep shining on Tahoe with a high near 37. This report is brought to you by your local Toyota dealers. Toyota, let's go places.
3 questions, 3 answers. It's 3 for Madness on the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Here's question 1.
Coming up next, I did have a conversation with Matt Barnes yesterday. Remember, you may have been listening when we were talking about Pac-Man Jones's comments that he never used his own pee during a drug test, and how if anyone knew about that in the NBA, it was Matt Barnes. And yes, by the way, we surmised correctly that they had spoken about this before on his All the Smoke podcast with Steven Jackson. It was he said it was the Joakim Noah episode that they talked about it, and then he went into great detail with me on on how it went, how it started, and how it ended. So I'll share that conversation with you. Also, Charles Barkley must be listening to the show, and we appreciate that, as he had quite the rant yesterday, again involving something we were talking about in the morning, the love for the Los Angeles Lakers and Warriors, and the seemingly not ignoring, but not as much love for the Thunder and the Oklahoma City Thunder. We'll talk about that, and we have audio for that as well. In the meantime, it is 3 for Madness. Question 1.
What is the first memory that comes to mind about De'Aaron Fox?
So I was thinking about that this morning when I wrote this. Not what's your biggest memory. What's the first thing that comes to your mind? You say De'Aaron Fox, and then I go, it's
traded to the Spurs.
Huh? Is that the first thing? Because for me, I know this is random. It's I think it was his rookie year. It's the dunk in Miami.
Oh,
the dunk in Miami, the putback dunk in Miami. And Grant and Jerry on the call freaking out. We won that game. Never win in Miami. Again, there's no real point to the question other than I'm honestly curious what everybody's. It's like that game. I say De'Aaron Fox, and your first memory of him is Jason Ross.
For me, I'm going to go back to college. And the weird thing about this is Kentucky's playing UCLA in a regular season game. And obviously the Kings weren't very good. So I'm already watching college basketball, thinking about the draft. This wasn't even the playoffs or the tournament, excuse me. And I had heard, and I didn't even know how to say his name. I'm like, who's this guy? Bam Adebayo, yeah. So I'm watching
Kawhi
Leonard. UCLA's pretty good. So I'm watching UCLA, but then I'm like, I'm watching this, whoever this Bam guy is that everybody's talking about. I'm like, man, he is pretty good. I go, who's this guard? Man, this Fox guy's really good. That was I remember seeing him the first time going, I like this guy. So yeah, that's my first memory of De'Aaron Fox all the way back to Kentucky.
Chris?
Told you when he got traded.
Oh, that was really your first memory? Okay.
First time you ever heard of him.
He didn't say my favorite.
Question 2, please.
Question 2.
How important is it that the Kings themselves block all this out?
I think they will. Like, look, dap it up for the game, do your thing, whatever. It's weird because Sabonis isn't playing because the cameras be all focused. Right. Are they going to shake hands? But yeah, ultimately, it's one of 82. You're on your home floor. You're playing a team that's missing their best player, and you need to beat them because you're in a playoff race. So yeehaw, yay, Fox. But let's move on and beat his ass.
Yeah, the weird thing is the people that probably played the most minutes and most reps are Barnes, who's his teammate, Herder, who's not here, DeMontis, who's hurt, Malik Monk, who's hurt.
Yes.
Now, this will have an impact on Keegan, probably on Ellis a little bit, but the other guys that are playing tonight, I mean, DeRozan's still relatively new with Fox. There might be a little bit of an edge because, look, I maybe came to this team to be a part of with you. Levine, he knows him, but there's no connection. Valanciunas, Laravia, Fultz.
Keon.
Yeah, it's a little. There's only a few little connections with Sabonis and and Monk being out. But yeah, for the Kings' perspective, they need to win. If Fox gets booed, if Fox scores 70, they need to win no matter what. De'Aaron's, I don't want to say, well, I will say he's irrelevant to the Kings tonight.
Yes, I would agree with you on that. Also, I don't want to bring this up, but I'm gonna. Sabonis ducking Fox? Monk ducking Fox? Just asking.
Maybe Monk. Sabonis we knew was a weak evaluation.
Monk, yeah. Is that toe really sprained? Question 3, please.
Question 3.
Who would you take over the next 5 years, Fox or Castle?
I was thinking about this last night, dude. I don't want to fall for the whole new guy, new flavor. Fox, whatever you want to say about him, has an established career of being a perennial borderline all-star for the last good 5 years. All-star, not all-star, borderline all-star in the conversation. That's a very high level of numbers to put out. I think this Castle kid's special though, dude. Really special. I like his game is not. They're not comparable game-wise. They're both guards, but you're talking about a 6'6" dude who can jump out of the gym and who is kind of a little bit of a bully for his size. Like this dude, I was watching some highlights of him last night, and his quick twitch. He's not as fast as Fox, but his quick twitch is insane. He can get up out of nowhere. I think we're going to see now, look, Castle could end up being a very good player that's a highlight reel. And sometimes that makes a player seem better. But if we're talking the next 5 years, I think the safe bet is that Fox will be better than Castle, but by not much. But I think there's a higher ceiling with Stephon Castle. And for that reason, I would take him.
Yeah, that's an interesting one because I'm leaning Fox. I could get burned on this answer, but I just feel like the known quantity, I think he's been really good. I don't think he's not decreasing by any means. I still think he might even be better with a full year under Victor Wembanyama, assuming his health will be good. So, yeah, I think there's a bright future for Castle, but yeah, for me, it's Fox. He's still in his prime.
Right. Yeah. And for the next 5 years, pretty much he's going to be in his prime. It will be interesting. We were talking about Westbrook and James Harden and Steph Curry. Westbrook, just because he played us the other night and had a good night, but also Curry and Harden because they both had 50-point games. You're talking about, even though Westbrook's not a traditional, you're talking about 3 guards, and all of them rely on some form of quickness, and they're all up there in age. So you look at it and you go, okay, well, Fox has 5 years of prime left, but what happens when he starts slowing down? That I do wonder if age will affect Fox more than other guys because speed is his game.
Yeah.
But then again, that was the same way for Russ for a long time
still
too.
Fast.
He did adjust. For all we know, Fox may just adjust into a perimeter guy.
Yeah.
Like full time. Because he's usually top 5, top 10 and drives to the basket in the NBA every year. Maybe that goes down. Right. Either way will be a fun game tonight. Look, ultimately, there's been so much venom and vitriol spit back and forth in this fan base. You're a real fan. You're not a real fan. You're this, you're that. Seeing everybody crack on each other over Fox. Ultimately, you step back. This is what's great about sports. Ultimately, we're arguing about millionaires playing with a ball.
Yeah.
And it has absolutely no bearing on anything. Yet we are all committed. We're all into it. And I love every second of it. That's awesome.
I was, what I brought up earlier, like the thought that, man, the Kings could be in a play-in opportunity with the Spurs. This was a while back. Now that they're out, well, they're not mathematically out. Spurs can still do some damage, obviously, but I feel like they're not going to make it. Do you think, and with Victor being out, do you think that makes it more of a focus? Like, it's really about Fox feeling like for a lot of the fans tonight, as opposed to, man, this is so important in the standings.
Yeah, I think
even
so.
though it really is for the Kings, but
Yes.
it's not really as much for the Spurs.
Spurs. No, this could have been hey, the Spurs are creeping up.
Yeah.
They were on a nice little run
They
there.
were right there with the Kings.
They could be right there. They could be tied. This could have double implications. Now I think the focus is entirely on Fox. And by the way, and I think this will happen, I hope Harrison Barnes gets a nice ovation too.
Wouldn't that be weird though? Like if he gets all the love, which again, top-notch guy. But then like Fox, it's like, wow.
Yeah. It's like one cowbell.
Yeah.
Fragile ego, fragile body, weak mind, weak spirit.
My mom's favorite memory, she just texted me, was when he kissed his baby who had earphones. So there you go. Or the big old earphones. All right, we'll take a break. When we come back, Matt Barnes and the P test, and Charles Barkley goes off. 3 minutes. We'll be right back after that.
You never know what you might hear when listening to a Sacramento Kings game.
Out of Keegan, going for another triple. Man, is he feeling it. Can he do it? Yes, there's number 11, Keegan Murray. Keegan steps back. He just knocked down his 12th three-pointer, a Kings franchise record. He's got 45 points.
Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with Sacktown Sports and the Sacktown Sports app.
Hey, it's Carmichael Dave for my good friends at American Energy. It's cold, and American Energy wants you to stay warm and make sure your system's operating safely. Here's the deal. A $49 tune-up inspection, which is regularly $119. That's a full safety and duct inspection. But guess what? If your system's over 10 years old, the tune-up is on them. That's right. It's free. Give them a call right now. $50 off your first recommended repair. And if you need a new furnace, half off the price of a new unit. Oh, by the way, breaking news. They're hiring right now. Here's the deal. They'll train you, full benefits, generous incentive-based pay. Just call today for more details at 916-520-9990. That's 916-520-9990. Not only great deals from American Energy, but possibly a new career for you. Check them out at theaeway.com for an instant quote and tell them Carmichael Dave sent you.
Call 916-520-9990 now.
Let's face it, nothing makes you look older than you really are than thinning hair. But what if you could not only increase your hair count, but promote new hair growth without surgery, without drugs with potential side effects, and without a prescription from your doctor? Well, now you can, thanks to a breakthrough new supplement called Hair Grow, provided by New Nordic, the #1 supplier of dietary supplements in Europe. Hair Grow is now available in the U.S. Only Hair Grow contains Tocogaya, a powerful antioxidant that has received a U.S. patent. Multiple clinical studies show Hair Grow is safe and effective in promoting new hair growth. In one study, 95% of the patients using Hair Grow saw increased hair count. Don't lose more time and more hair. Try Hair Grow today to feel and look your best. Available online at Amazon, Walmart.com, and NewNordicUSA.com, or in stores at your local CVS. Look younger and feel more confident with Hair Grow by New Nordic at NewNordicUSA.com or in stores at your local CVS.
With Progressive, renters can save on protection for the things that make your place yours, even things that don't make sense to everyone.
People always wonder why I don't get rid of my guitar since I never play. But it's like, what if I actually end up taking lessons? Sure, I've had it for 8 years, but if I get rid of it, then what will my New Year's resolution be next January?
Exactly. So bundle your renters and auto and save with Progressive and protect the things that make sense to you. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates and other insurers not available in all states or situations, covered subject to policy terms and conditions.
This is the story of the one. As a quality technician in a food processing center, she knows that making the right call is the best way to avoid a recall. That's why she trusts Grainger's world-class supply chain to deliver the high-quality supplies she needs to help keep her production line, her equipment, and her customers happy and healthy. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
The only place in the morning to get your sports fix. Live and local. The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Welcome back. Batman Jones yesterday said he never used his own pee when
gross
when doing a drug test in the NFL, which got us talking about, well, I wonder how that, look, there have been studies, I don't know if it's still the case, that, for example, marijuana usage, which has, the leagues have lightened up on that, most prevalent in basketball. There are stories I've heard. This was at least a few years ago. I don't know if the NBA still does this, but of certain ex-Kings, and I would imagine many NBA players around the league do this, where you get a pink piece of paper once you have received, I think, your second and last yearly drug test during the season. And that players would wave it around and celebrate because that meant they're not getting tested the rest of the season. They know they're not getting tested the rest of the season, so they get to go have a little bit of fun.
Yeah.
And I'm not trying to litigate usage, not usage, although I've always felt it was stupid that they tested for weed. So we started talking about, well, I wonder how that goes in the NBA. I wonder how that worked. And I got to imagine that players, not imagine, but knew that players, everybody has a guy, my assistant Bob, who knows a guy who they generally know when the tests are coming. And then, you're going to get tested tomorrow. Okay, call Bob. Bob's going to bring over whatever. You're going to pee clean, and thought, hey, who might know something about this? Matt Barnes. I'll bet he's probably talked about this on his show called All the Smoke. So talked to Matt yesterday and told him about the segment. He goes, oh, yeah, we've talked about it before. It was the Joakim Noah episode. He said that that's absolutely correct, that once upon a time, players would find out they were getting tested. You'd call your guy that everybody knew the guy, and there would be, I got to be careful because he described it very uncensoredly. You would have bags. You would have fake things that would very intricate setups to do this. Well, what I didn't know is that the league caught on to that at some point. And eventually it got to a point where they had representatives come out. Players were forced to drop trow, do a full 360, and then proceed with their test.
Jason does that before every show.
What is it? Are you only allowed to drop trow to your ankles as when you're a kid when you pee? I thought that was normal. Is that not normal?
It's normal for me.
By the way, do you remember there was a guy that worked at the station? I know.
I know.
I worked with that person. I wonder if we have. Can you write an initial?
It's exactly. Give me your pen.
Is it the same? Did I work with?
Let me put it this way. I don't even have to write it down. I'll tell you this much. I would just use one letter.
Okay, yeah,
we're the exact same page. Yeah. The guy, you go into the bathroom.
They always be like, whoa!
He's sitting there with his pants and his shorts on the floor.
Especially the old bathroom, which was a weird design. You walk in and there was a mirror.
Yes.
So the mirror you would automatically see.
Yes.
But normally you're seeing the back of somebody, which is harmless.
Yeah.
And not in this case.
No, not in this case. It's just not the caffeine you wanted at that point of the day. Anyways, yes, they would spin around, and they called them, the guys that were sent out to do this were nicknamed watchers with a letter in front of it. And that was how everybody had to test because they had gotten so good. Imagine that job. Which is a worse job? Being the official designated NBA Wii watcher, where you've got to go out to teams and relive my experience in the locker room that I've spoken about before, as people spin around and then pee in front of you, or the guy that checks in, or the guy that checks in to work at 9 a.m. every day, goes into his or her cubicle. There's a pile of boxes next to this person, and they just, for the next 8 hours, open each box, and it's the box that has the Duke sample on them from all the people for the colonoscopy thing, that you got to remove it, and then you got to look at it like, I'm assuming, under a microscope, or send it off to, you got to process. You're a poo processor, basically, is what. Which you, Jason, you have to work one of those two jobs for
I'm
the
picking
next.
the first one.
Weirdly enough, so am I.
Yeah.
Chris?
First one.
Okay. Well, let's make that our poll.
Hello.
As speaking of, by the way, what did I say? I thought the chat would
60-40.
Yeah, it's currently 60-40. Exactly. Hey, do I know my, and also that's a great question from the chat. What does that look like on a resume?
Well, never mind. I had a joke. I'll leave it there.
Yesterday, we all
microprocesses.
Well, yesterday, I'll leave that alone. Yesterday, we talked about how we looked over on the screen. And, oh, by the way, right now, how does LeBron continue to defy time? Father Time is on the left. That we can't make it up.
Yeah.
How does LeBron continue to defy Father Time is on the left. And on the right, couldn't be better timing. Stephen A. responds to Charles Barkley.
And shortly before that, he went on talking about why LeBron was yelling at him before the game or during the game.
Oh, did he? Yeah, because he was. By the way, was he yelling at him because he just signed a 5-year, $100 million deal with ESPN? Did you hear about that? Yeah.
I don't know if that's why.
Oh, that's no. Lip readers said there was something where LeBron said they think he said, "Leave my son out of it." So I don't know what Stephen A. said.
Maybe don't bring your son on the basketball team.
Maybe what?
Maybe don't bring your son on the basketball team.
Are you having it?
No, I hear it. Maybe don't bring your son on the basketball team.
Interesting.
Can I go over here?
Let me see. My headphones are completely
I heard
out.
everything.
You can hear.
Oh, that's
okay, yeah.
perfect.
Would you mind plugging me in there, Jason? That's kind of scary. And maybe here, give me that back. Wasn't my headphones. I don't want to scare our. Yeah, it was my headphones. Sorry, everybody. False alarm.
Yeah,
my thingy fell out.
Oh, your thingy.
Hey, like
microprocesses.
So we were talking about how ESPN's obsessed with the Lakers and Warriors, especially the Lakers, and we're dismissing the Thunder and the Cavs, for example. Well, Charles was listening, obviously, and went on this little rant.
I saw a fool
yesterday.
idiot on TV talking about the Lakers save the NBA.
Save the NBA.
Yeah. He's an idiot and a fool, but he know who he is. What's his name, Shaq?
Which one you talking about?
Kendrick Perkins.
Oh,
he said the Lakers. First of all, the Lakers have had a great 2 weeks. He said the Lakers saved the NBA season. That's because them fools on the other network, which we're gonna be working for next year. That's all they talk about. Let me tell y'all something.
Tell me something.
And first of all, I want all the smoke. I don't
something.
whistle when I walk by the graveyard or anything like that.
I don't whistle when I walk by the
That's
graveyard.
right.
I like that.
Hey man,
I'm stealing that one.
the Lakers are doing great. Got a long way to go. But the reason the season's been going great for the Cleveland Cavaliers and the Oklahoma City Thunder. Y'all just want to talk about the Warriors and the Lakers. They're both doing great. Don't get me wrong. If I turn out to be wrong, I got no problem with that. But y'all are idiots because y'all talk about the Lakers and the Warriors all the time. Y'all don't. The Cleveland Cavaliers have won 12 straight games. The Oklahoma City got the MVP, and they are on fire. Y'all are talking about who's in second place. That's the reason I get pissed. Hey, the Lakers are doing great. I don't mind being wrong. The Warriors are doing great. But that's because you fools on other networks, which we're going to become fools next year. We'll be working on that network. But Oklahoma City and the Cavs been balling for 6 months. Y'all talking about teams that had two great weeks.
Time out. I get what you're saying. You just went at the whole network.
They talk about the same
whole
stuff.
industry.
Whole industry. They talk about the same stuff every single day.
I would have to, but there's
is there some credit? Is there some credit to be handed out here?
Yes. But don't say basketball's only watching now. First of all, between that and this lame ass LeBron Michael Jordan debate, which is lame. I've said for years, the only people talk about LeBron and Michael is people on television who got no talent to talk about anything else. I've been saying that for years. I ain't hanging on to the 90s. I've always said LeBron's great, Michael's great. But y'all talk about it all the time and then got LeBron out there posing, talking about he all mad about being the face of the league. But it makes me mad. The Oklahoma City and the Cleveland Cavaliers are the two best stories in the NBA this year. Congratulations to the Lakers and the Warriors. They've had 2 good weeks. The Cavs and OKC have had 6 great months.
Okay. Tell us how you really feel.
All right.
Yeah, Shaq. Tell us how you feel.
Man. All right. Is this one of your favorite rants of all time?
Yes, it is. Thank you. I needed that on my birthday.
Interesting.
Yeah. Well, part of it too, like up there, I was looking at this where they were talking about the Lakers are 14-2 in their last 16. It's amazing.
It is amazing.
Absolutely amazing. OKC is 14-2 in their last 16, and Cleveland's 15-1.
That's amazing too. But
while doing all the other stuff all year long. And yeah, it's just, but the Lakers are on a heater. They are.
By the way, during the break, I would invite, I'm going to retweet this right now. I would invite you to take, while that clip was playing, I will be very honest, my attention was a little bit elsewhere. Sam Amick and Anthony Slater just dropped an article with, on the morning of the De'Aaron Fox return, with some new details on everything that went down, some of which are not well-kept secrets amongst.
Really?
There's a lot of tea in there, dude.
I know I'm shamelessly pumping the poll here.
Anyways, we'll take a break. Look, when we come back, we'll see if we can't disseminate that in a second. We'll put a cap on the whole booing conversation finally, and also get into some of the relationships there as well. We'll do all that next.
On the move? Got somewhere to be?
Take Sacramento Kings basketball with you. The Sacktown Sports app will let you stay connected to your passion. Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with the Sacktown Sports app.
When you're overwhelmed with tax debt, deciding what to do next is a true win or lose decision. You can lose your car, your paycheck, even your retirement savings, or you can choose someone to help you win this battle with the IRS. Now is the time to tackle your tax debt, but you don't have to do it alone. Meet Priority Tax Relief, veteran-owned and the expert in tax debt resolution. Our priority is fighting for you. Our team has helped clients save millions and can reduce or even erase your tax debt. Call 800-406-1584 right now to talk to our winning team. Priority Tax Relief has a direct line to the IRS. That's right, a fast track to find out if you qualify for life-changing tax relief in just minutes. Priority Tax Relief fights to protect your money, has 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau. Why wait? Call Priority Tax Relief for your free tax consultation. Call 800-406-1584. That's 800-406-1584. Let's make your taxes our priority. Stop your tax debt now. Call 800-406-1584.
One ticket, 2 huge shows. The Sacramento Boat Show and the Big RV Show. Multiple dealers discounting all the best brands. Hundreds of wakeboard boats, fishing boats, and pontoon boats. Acres and acres of travel trailers, fifth wheel, toy hauler, and motorhome. And loads of ATVs too. 2 shows, 1 massive event. The Sacramento Boat Show and the Big RV Show. On now at Sacramento's Cal Expo. Find discounts at 2hugeshows.com.
With Progressive, it's easy to reach customer service with our app, website, chat, or by phone. Because when getting help is hard, it's not help at all.
Little help. A little help over here.
Thank you for calling Bench Press Assistance.
What?
Due to excessive gym volume, all available spotters are currently lifting heavy weights off the chests of other bench pressers.
Seriously?
Please continue to hold, and we will remove the barbell from your chest in the order in which your cry for help was received.
Getting assistance should be easy. With Progressive, it is. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
This is the story of the one. As a quality technician in a food processing center, she knows that making the right call is the best way to avoid a recall. That's why she trusts Grainger's world-class supply chain to deliver the high-quality supplies she needs to help keep her production line, her equipment, and her customers happy and healthy. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Thousands of years ago, ancient civilizations used leather for water skins, armor, and sandals. Hi, this is Franklin Rosa with a word about Naturewood Home Furnishings. Today, leather is one of nature's most luxurious products. The combination of leather with beautifully designed furniture creates an end product that adds luxury and sophistication to any room. During Naturewood Home Furnishings leather sale, you'll find their considerable selection of leather is flexible, breathable, natural, and maybe most important, comfortable. Whether you're a relaxed contemporary kind of person or you're more classic leather, Naturewood Home Furnishings has color choices and styles to fit your home. In fact, I doubt any store can beat Naturewood's selection. During Naturewood's leather sale, all leather furniture is on sale for a limited time. Sit, enjoy the comfort of leather at Naturewood Home Furnishings, off Highway 50 at Hazel. Look for the water wheel.
Spring is in the air, and there's really nothing better than hitting the open road in a new Honda. Whether you're shopping for new or pre-owned, Stockton Honda has the selection and savings. Plus, get top dollar for your trade. And while life's roads are often filled with bumps, buying from Stockton Honda couldn't be smoother. Wherever the road you travel might lead, Stockton Honda is happy to get you there. Come in today or go to StocktonHonda.com.
Anytime, anywhere, it's all here. StocktonHonda.com.
Carmichael Dave.
He has very good sources, and he just kind of tells it as it is and gets to the point.
Jason Ross.
He has a lot of pretty smart things to say.
He's good at what he does.
On Sacktown Sports.
Welcome back. Carmichael Dave, Jason Ross. No, we'll do it on the fly, but at some point we will, as soon as everyone's had a chance to read it, we'll disseminate the Sam Amick, Anthony Slater article that just dropped on The Athletic.
And Anthony Slater is going to be on with the Drive Guys at 5.
Hey,
out at the arena.
Nice.
He'll be on with the Drive Guys at 5.
Weekly, yeah.
And by the way, if you want to listen to that, you can do so. You can look at it, by the way, on YouTube. Just like and subscribe. Also listen to it not just on 1140, but also if you download the Sacktown Sports app as well. You can listen, you can watch, you can participate, and so much more. It's another point, right, Chris? It's another point. Okay. So, putting a cap on the whole booing De'Aaron Fox situation. Hopefully once and for all. You want to boo, boo. You don't want to boo, don't boo. Doesn't make you a better fan or a worse fan. You can agree, you can disagree. Obviously, very, very vocal as to where I'm at as far as cheering him and showing appreciation for his service. And you know, it's funny. I have not. Oh, and full disclosure, by the way, we reached out to De'Aaron to see if he wanted to come on this.
Yeah,
haven't heard back.
Understandable.
but did reach back. Yeah, I didn't expect. I one thing I haven't. There's one thing I haven't talked about since all this started, and I've gone back and forth with fans on this quite a bit. Shout out Reddit. But the whole storyline of at least for me, my opinion's clouded because of my relationship with De'Aaron, and just to put a cap on all that, I did mention when De'Aaron reached out. It's the first time we'd spoken since media day. And then before that, I think we spoke at a game once the year before.
When he reached out to you?
When he reached out to me.
That gets mentioned in that article. Not you specifically, the local people, yeah.
The truth of the matter is this. I had a great relationship with De'Aaron for the first 3, 4, 5 years he was here. We would he was really, again, even though he's gone, I'm not gonna burn the guy at all, but he was one of the players that I could reach out to after a game if I needed clarity on something. And I would never say De'Aaron Fox told me, but it would, sometimes I'll come on the air and say, there were some guys after the game that were, they felt they didn't close out that one player at the end, or, just to get some extra details that maybe I was unclear of. De'Aaron would be a guy I could text, and he more often than not would respond and give a really good breakdown that would help me off record. It's something, it doesn't make me special. A lot of people do that. And then it's, as I've said, what's funny to me is that the two biggest arguments I think in my history I've had with the Kings fan base both involve De'Aaron Fox. The one we're having now, and the one the month before Tyrese Halliburton was traded. When I said De'Aaron's got to go, they can't work together, and if you're going to go a step further, they should probably trade everybody on this team that's been here longer than 2 years to get the glunk off of them, because you're here long enough and you get jaded, if you will. Well, you can, if don't take my word for it. Go search his wife or say Fox's Twitter, and just put my name in there. Here's our interactions. Man, she blew me up. And by the way, I'm not here to argue with her or rehash it, other than to make the point that she blew me up. Like, how could you possibly say that? Why would you say Harrison Barnes? I'm paraphrasing. Why would you say Harrison Barnes is a chemistry killer, which is not what I was saying. It was more of, these guys need a fresh start, and we need a fresh start as well. We're not going anywhere. From that point on, the relationship changed. I fully, it was a very, I wouldn't say it was a pleasant interaction, but it was a respectful interaction from my end. And she was not disrespectful. She just disagreed with me. She had every right to do so. And that was really the end of our interaction. So you fast forward to now, you have, look, I'm just being transparent here. As a media member on the flagship station, you no longer don't really have access. Now, to be fair, De'Aaron we never spoke about that interaction with his wife. And I never brought it up. He never brought it up. He was always very kind and very open, as you saw when we'd sit with him at media day. Yeah. And that had happened. That had happened a couple of years ago, but I had no relationship with him until the end, when he reached out to me and others to kind of clarify or try to clarify what he had said. From a selfish standpoint, and I only am underlining this, I don't mind if people disagree with me on the boo or not boo De'Aaron legacy. I really don't. That everybody has their opinion and sees things differently. The thing that I guess bothers me is the idea of an agenda, because if I was just being selfish, it's a lot better. It's a lot better for me that he's gone. Because I no longer had that relationship with the team superstar, and that was an arrow I no longer had in my quiver. So from a selfish standpoint, if I was going to have an agenda, it would be, he needs to go, good riddance. And, oh, by the way, I have this pent up anger from that interaction. See you later. But that to me is not honorable or serving the fan base. Just like I was not a popular take 4 years ago when I said they should trade him. there's a lot of people, it's not a popular take now. I don't mind that. I mind when the credibility issues come in, and I mind when there's questions as to what the motivation is. It's better now.
Yeah.
I mean, it really is. The access and all of that, much better now. And by the way, not doing any favors for, and I'm leaving you out of this just because I don't want to speak for you, Jason. Not doing any favors for myself either, defending Fox in any way when it comes to our organization.
Right.
Who I will say, this is as far as I will go. There have been many conversations off the air between myself and the organization about my stance on De'Aaron Fox, and none of them were unpleasant, but almost all of them were in disagreement. Very respectful, was never once told what to say or what not to say. Just, hey, we think you're wrong about this. Hey, here's some other things, and we would go back and forth. If you read Sam's article, you're going to see a lot of depth and color.
Much more.
Behind my motivations personally for crying out the warning that there's more to this than meets the eye. There's more bites off of this apple to come. And some things we are bound to not talk about because we don't have it sourced. It's inappropriate. It's conjecture. It's not, I know something and you don't. It's, I've heard this from a lot of people, but I can't report it because I don't have it. And it's serious enough to where you can't report it unless you've got it triple sourced.
Well, they're reporting it.
They're reporting it.
Yeah.
Read the article, disseminate from it what you will. But there are questions, very big questions out there. And all we want is this team to win.
Yep.
All we want is a bright future. All we want is a championship, or at least a championship contender. We all want that same thing. We just have different ideas on the boat we're in and how we row and how we get there. We'll take a break. When we come back, the legacy of De'Aaron Fox, the mixed emotions amongst the fan base as we head into part 4 of the Kings and Spurs tonight at Golden One Center next.
Live and local.
With everything 49ers.
Intercepted by Fred Warner. Dives for the end zone. San Francisco. Paul George went up and caught the ball. Touchdown.
The 49ers play on Sacktown Sports 1140.
Hey, let me tell you about Jonathan Gonzalez. He is an attorney right here in our area. He's in downtown Sacramento. He's been effective and efficient right here in the capital city. In fact, 2016 through 2019 remained undefeated in jury trials, still achieving at a very high percentage rate right now. And his meticulous case preparation and aggressive attitude, it's resulted in life-changing and impactful results for thousands of clients, and you could be one too. Now, why might you need representation? Here's where you're going to have questions, right? Well, that's why you call 916-304-9187 for any questions you might have. And you'll see lawyers on TV, and they're national lawyers, and you're just not going to get to that person, that face that you see. Well, that's why you call this number, 916-304-9187. Jonathan Gonzalez and his law team right here in downtown Sacramento is here to help. SacLegalDefense.com. You might need a wrongful termination case. Maybe it's criminal defense. Maybe it's a sexual harassment case, auto accident, or expungement. You might want some of your rights back, and he's here to help you with all of that. Again, it is 916-304-9187, SacLegalDefense.com.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to the A to Z savings event at AutoZone. What are you working on today?
Yeah, I need to change my oil. I want to get a full synthetic oil.
How about Pennzoil Platinum? It's the only oil made from natural gas.
Sounds great. How much for an oil filter?
Oh, that's free.
What?
The filter is free with the oil.
Free? Really?
Really, free. It's just part of our A to Z savings event at AutoZone.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
I had the worst dream last night. You were in a car crash and the kids and I were on our own. We had to move out of the house because I couldn't afford it anymore.
That's awful, huh?
My brother was saying he got life insurance from Ethos. With Ethos, it only took 10 minutes and he got $2 million in coverage for around $2 a day. It's all online. No medical exam. He just answered a few health questions right from his house.
Ethos, here we come.
Visit getethos.com. That's getethos.com.
Sample rate is a 10-year term life policy for 35-year-old healthy, non-smoking male. Billed monthly.
Meanwhile, at Xfinity.
Okay, huddle up. Do you realize how many fans stream basketball? It's madness.
But real fans stream with Xfinity Internet.
Totally. We've engineered the fastest connection.
With reduced buffering and low lag.
'Cause making streaming better is what we do!
Yeah!
Yeah!
Can we let go now? It's really not a huddle with two people.
Switch to Xfinity Internet and stream live sports from the best seat in the house. Bring on the good stuff. Restrictions apply. Not available in all areas. Actual speed vary. Not guaranteed.
My wife was like, I want to go to Hawaii and I want to bring the kids. And I was like, whose kids?
Jim Gaffigan. Everything is wonderful.
I spent the entire time applying and reapplying sunscreen, which thankfully makes my skin whiter.
Jim Gaffigan. A night of all new material. Saturday, March 29th. The venue at Thunder Valley. For tickets, visit thundervalleyresort.com.
Coach Doug Christie here for your truck headquarters, Folsom Lake Ford. Shop all your favorite models on sale now, like America's best-selling F-Series. Check out a huge selection of Mavericks, F-150s, and Super Duty trucks, or tech-filled SUVs like Explorers and Expeditions. Plus a huge selection of Broncos and Bronco Sports. All in stock now at Folsom Lake Ford in the Folsom Auto Mall. Right now, buy any new Ford with zero down on approval of credit. Save big with low interest finance rates. And Folsom Lake Ford always pays top dollar for your trade. Hurry to Folsom Lake Ford in the Folsom Auto Mall, a 6-time Triple Crown winner for sales and service excellence. That's why they are my trusted dealer, and they should be yours too. For 35 years and counting, come down and take a test drive today. Tell them Coach Doug Christie sent you, or shop online at FolsomLakeFord.com.
All guests come to you from the Folsom Lake Honda hotline. Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop.
KHD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD3 Sacramento. From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
This is Sacktown Sports 1140. The Carmichael Dave Show.
He's on the microphone when he's not on the microphone. He's playing a song, and when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone, and then boom.
With Jason Ross.
No, he didn't. Yes, he did.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on Sacktown Sports.
Renee takes it to the rim, misses a point-blank range, and Costa Cookus is there for the rebound. Gives to Fox. Fox quickly across the midcourt line. Accelerates down the left. Moves to the right. He scores a great drive down the left side of the lane. And the Kings fans, many of them, just popped right out of their seats at the explosiveness of the rookie. Screen from Fox. Bogey rolls right. He's straight away. Now he drives right. He plants. Tough two ball on the way. It's no good. Stick back here, and Fox came over the top, and he powered it down. The Kings have taken the lead with 3.3 seconds to go at 89-88. The rookie climbing the ladder. I mean, he exploded like he was on a trampoline, and he was way above the iron as he steered down the missed shot. Little in the corner. Three's on the way to beat the buzzer. No good. Rebounded by Fox, and there's the triple-double. The first of his career. How about that? 2 points in the first quarter, 5 in the second, 21 in the third, 3 in the fourth. Just got his 10th rebound to also go with 14 assists. He's squeezed in the corner, and the Kings turn it over. Two-hand flush thrown down by Chuma Okeke, and a ball that skipped off their hands on the inbounds. Fox comes up the floor, 2 seconds. Here's a 35-footer for the win. He's got the bucket in an unbelievable finish in overtime. De'Aaron Fox from well over 30 feet straight away after the Kings had turned it over on a two-man squeeze in the corner. Okeke took the ball to the rim for the flush to tie the score. And then De'Aaron Fox, no timeouts available. And Fox in his return to action hits a game-winning, buzzer-beating three. So Kings don't take a timeout. We're tied at 1:15. 12 seconds to go. Fox walks the dribble across the logo. You know it's going to be Fox or Sabonis. Herter in the left corner. Fox in the perimeter. 4 seconds to go. Gotta go. Drives. Scoops. Scores! 0.4 of a second remaining. De'Aaron Fox with 22 in the corner has given the Kings the lead. 114. Kings out of timeouts. They used their last one for the challenge. Fox advances the dribble across the logo. 5 seconds to go. It's all on his shoulders. Fox rocks. He fires for the win. He's got the triple. 0.7 of a second remaining. The three-point shot will be reviewed. It's not over yet, but fourth quarter Fox has come through one more time. Here comes Mumpback with a drive and a kick. Out to Fox on the right wing for three. He's got another one. Back and forth we go. What a playoff ball game this is. Sacramento leads at 115, 114. 3:40 to go. Looney offensive rebound. Second chance out to Curry. Stolen by Fox. Breakaway coming up for De'Aaron. And a simple, casual spike with the left hand. Kings lead by 3. Fox now gets elbowed by McDaniels. Sabonis levels him with a screen. Fox, 3! Nails the triple. A career high. 46 points for De'Aaron Fox. Kings within 1 at 100. To 99. Here's Fox. Pull up. Add 2 more to the tally for Fox just above the free throw line. He has 52 points, which is the 3rd best scoring effort in Sacramento Kings history by a Kings player. Fox wearing the familiar number 5, creeping forward on the right wing. Crosses to the right, steps back, launches the 3. He's got the triple. De'Aaron Fox has become the greatest scorer in Sacramento Kings history. He has 57 points in the Kings lead, 118-115. Keegan Murray near sideline puts the ball in play to Domantas Sabonis. Sabonis dribble handoff to Fox. Drives it to the left elbow, retreats to three-point range. Anthony Edwards stalking him. De'Aaron's down to 4. Fires for 3. He's got a 60-point ball game. It's the most points any player has scored this season in the NBA. It's 126-126 as Fox delivers.
And we're back.
Some of the best of De'Aaron.
Yeah, that's that's well done, Jason Ross. Thank you for putting that together. Won't lie, during that and during the break, just kind of catching up on Sam's article. Also, haven't mentioned ESPN dropped a rather large
I haven't seen
article.
that one.
Very interesting.
Yeah, I actually
the ESPN one too. The other one is spicy.
Yeah, they're both really interesting. Jason, I'm going to go through some of these. There's more Fox quotes in the ESPN article,
Okay.
so you have the T there.
Who did that one?
That was Michael C. Wright.
Okay.
And then in the Sam article, and Anthony Slater, who will again be on in the afternoons with Kyle and Whitey, you have more of the internal dynamic tea. So there's a whole pot of tea going on.
Yeah,
right
which
now.
Sam's been talking about with us for a while.
I would say that is more front office based and the ESPN is more team based.
Yeah, and Fox based, exactly,
Yes.
specifically. And to your point, part of me is glad Sam finally wrote the article, and I don't mean that as a shot at Sam, but this is.
They've been on the edges.
That's been the biggest frustration of this whole thing.
Yeah.
Like I said, this was credit to Sam and Anthony for doing the work, and I'm taking zero credit for them from them, and them going out and putting it out there because it's gonna raise some eyebrows
for sure.
And I would also say the Athletic is more like based on probably like 5-6, like Fox's entire career here,
right?
And ESPN is like since the Kings made the playoffs type of thing.
Exactly. That's a very good way to put it.
So you have Fox quotes.
I truly wanted to play for one team my whole career. I really did, he told ESPN. He insists he never asked for a trade. Quote, I loved it. Everybody bled purple. It was always great just going to the grocery store, going out to a restaurant. Everybody there was extremely kind. And then when we started winning, it was, quote, light the beam everywhere. You really felt it around the city. It was definitely a great place to be for as long as I was. When the Kings fired Mike Brown, Fox felt that his time in Sacramento had come to an end as well. Quote, I was like, yo, I've been here going on my 8th year. If Mike gets fired, I'm going on my 5th coach. And I told them I'm not going to play for another coach. I'm going to play for another team. Now I want to stop because I'm kind of going to go on the side of the Fox, the ones negative towards him. It's kind of a little bit of a weird dichotomy between I never asked for a trade and I'm not playing for another coach.
Right.
I think that those are incongruent. And I think that's a fair complaint from some people. Moving on, Fox urged Sacramento to sign Mike Brown to an extension that over the summer, despite some teammates wanting Brown fired. Quote, during Mike's extension talk, some guys in the locker room didn't want Mike. Some guys wanted him to be fired during the summer, but I'm not going to say who.
That's interesting.
That is interesting.
I don't know all of them. I will simply tell you this, and if I'm wrong, I will apologize. But I've heard from multiple sources, more than 3, that Domantas Sabonis and Mike Brown did not see eye to eye. Now, I do not know if that led into I want him. I don't know anything about that. What I do know is multiple sources have said Sabonis and Mike Brown weren't clicking. So take that for what you want.
And if that's partly true, right? If that's true. Remember the Fox isn't following Sabonis. Like, I don't think they were butting heads, but it's also like, hey, I wanted that guy still here. You didn't want that guy still here. Maybe that's where they didn't match
where
up.
they parted ways.
I don't think either one's like a venomous guy like, I hate Sabonis.
I don't think so either.
I just think it's like you have better relationships with some people.
Right.
It shows that the Kings chose Fox and got Mike Brown instead of listening to the rest of the team and letting him go.
At first.
Yes.
Yeah. They that's absolutely right. Fox got his way or what he wanted when they re-signed Mike Brown. And there was hesitancy there, which, by the way, you kind of have to go from article to article because then Sam's article goes into detail as to what the hesitancy was.
Yeah, and so that's going to be one where you go, okay, if a player didn't want Mike Brown, that's something different than like all of us that's watching this from afar. I go, why wouldn't you keep Mike Brown?
Right.
Coach of the year, 2 very good years. I think, what was it? Denver had the most wins over the last 2 years in the West.
Yes.
Then Sacramento.
Yes.
So in the run of Kings coaches, Mike Brown's up there.
And let's not do Monday morning quarterbacking. At least I won't. When all the stuff was going on with Mike Brown over the summer, I was freaking out. Like, why are you doing this? Sign
why are you
the guy.
dragging your feet?
What are you doing?
Easy.
It doesn't even count against the cap.
Check the box.
Sign it and be done with it. Also, I thought Mike Brown should have been fired after the Detroit game and said so publicly. Things change. But at the time, let's not act like 98% of the fan base wanted Mike Brown rehired, extended.
So on that, though, then couldn't Fox's comments be accurate? Like, I wanted to be here.
Yes.
I wanted to play for Mike Brown.
Yes.
This is where I wanted my career to end.
Yes.
Now, the likelihood of Mike Brown being here for 10 years is probably small, but he could have been here for 3 or 4 more.
Right.
And then give Fox a whole nother decision because they're likely having some success. Boom, he's gone. All right, now things are changing a little bit.
Things are changing, and they're on the head of a pin, and then Fox gets into this quote, you fire the coach and you don't do an interview? So all the blame was on me. Did it weigh on me? No. I don't give an F. By the way, editor's note, it weighed on him. Yeah. But the fact that y'all are supposed to be protecting your player and you let that happen, I felt at the time the organization didn't have my back. Now let's go back and rewind.
That was a huge failure.
Huge failure. It was something that we screamed bloody murder at. For those of you that were saying, why is the media so obsessed with them doing a press conference? It wasn't because we wanted to ask money questions. We did want to ask money questions.
Sure.
But this was the thing we were worried about. You're not standing in front of the players, and you're about to bring this Fox thing to a head. Well, why did they trade? De'Aaron Fox messed up the market. This didn't have to happen, but you fell over yourself PR-wise, not protecting the players. The night after Brown was fired, several Kings players expressed their respect for the former head coach in the press, including Domantas Sabonis, including Malik Monk. Fox never spoke to the organization about Brown's firing, he said, because he had already expressed his opinion over the summer. Fox figured he'd play out his contract and sign elsewhere once the time came. Quote, the energy shifted, and what's understood doesn't need to be explained. If I finished my contract there, they knew what was going to happen next, and it was because y'all fired another coach. That's why I said in the interview after Mike was fired and we were in LA on the 28th of December, they know where I stand, and there's nothing more to be said. The Kings approached Rich Paul, the night of January 27th. This is after a 30-7 night when they beat Brooklyn. The Kings explained to Paul, we reported this about 3 weeks ago, they would be listening to potential trade offers from teams inquiring about Fox. Paul immediately informed De'Aaron. The next day, the Kings then went to De'Aaron in his hotel room. That was Wes Wilcox. That's what De'Aaron had told us to relay what they had told Paul the night before. Quote, we're sitting there trying to have the conversation, but I know what he's about to tell me. That's Wes Wilcox, because Rich had already told me. He didn't reveal there who he spoke to, but he did reveal to us who he spoke to. So a reporter calls trying to break the story, but mind you, our GM hasn't told me yet. So it had already been told even before I was told by the team he was getting media inquiries on the subject. A source within the Kings said the combination of Fox declining a couple of extension offers, plus his public comments and private conversations between the club and player, led to Sacramento deciding they needed to move him ahead of the trade deadline. Fox relayed to the Kings that San Antonio was his preferred destination due to the Spurs' youth and athleticism, not to mention the idea of pairing with Wembanyama. He remembered Mike Brown, a former San Antonio assistant, routinely telling him that to win in the postseason, quote, you have to be able to play defense. With Wembanyama on the floor, well, there you go. Once Rich Paul informed Sacramento of Fox's desire to join the Spurs, reports surfaced of the guard telling the club he had a list of preferred teams. Quote, there was no effing list. There was one team. I wanted to go to San Antonio. So a lot of people are mad at me saying I handcuffed the team by giving them a destination. This is my career. If anybody else is my position, you're doing the same thing. It's not my job to help build your team. I'm not about to just go where they want me to go. I wanted to have a destination. That's the money quote everyone's going to talk about, by the way. Yeah. That's the quote that I'm very curious when that quote hits your guys' ears listening right now. How do you take that?
I agree with him on that one.
I 100% agree with him, and I also hate it.
Yeah.
I hate it because I want that team to be us.
Right. Oh, that he wanted the destination
I want
to
the
be.
destination to be.
But wasn't it?
At one point it was.
Which now I think if you merge his current quotes with the Athletic article, that's amazing detail, kind of what Sam's been telling us for weeks, and we've been talking about just some of the internal stuff is what De'Aaron's been trying to highlight without highlighting it, right?
He didn't want to come out and say it.
Yeah.
Because he felt like it wasn't his place to say it. But he had absolutely no trust in the top of the organization, from the owner to the GM. And it's up to everybody listening right now to decide. And I would ask you to read both articles.
Yeah, very good.
And ask yourself if you have that trust, not just based on past performance, but also what's going on now and in the future. And De'Aaron took a look at that and went, I really do want to stay there. I love the fans. I love the city. I can't commit to these guys. I can't commit to them. And I hate that. I hate it.
Yeah, because again, let's go back to the summer where it's like seemingly, and multiple people source this, that he expressed his desire to have Mike Brown here, and he's watching going, what are they hemming and hawing for? Yeah, I know I got a couple teammates that don't, but this is our best option. And then they keep him, but then when he gets fired, that I think that's again back to all the other things we've talked about 100 times, but I think a lot of this is all the truth. It's just where is it gathered, what landed more, what's more critical. And then the organization, I think, obviously decided to move on.
From looking at both stories and reading both stories, it feels like once they decided that they were going to fire Brown, that they're like, okay, we're going to move Fox too.
Yeah, that was the decision.
Yeah, it felt like we're making both decisions right now by doing this.
They weren't that far apart.
And they didn't want to explain it to anybody.
And here's where, and this is where it's important not to have a narrative, to have an opinion. I'm very, very strong in my opinion, but I also recognize, which is why I've had a lot of sympathy for some in our fan base that are so passionately against that opinion, because they also haven't had the benefit of having all of this information to date to create a complete opinion.
All of this is definitely not even close to black and white. It's just insane shades of gray.
100%. And by the way, this may actually make people hate him more. I fully acknowledge that.
You never know.
But I will say Fox ain't an angel, and I'll tell you one thing I really have a problem with. The two incongruencies I have an issue with. Number one, well, did you ask for a trade or you didn't? Because you said you'd never ask for a trade, but your agent and you're going back and forth a little bit here. So clear it up. Number one. Number two, if it was so important for you to only play for Mike Brown, I respect that. You want consistency. But they had to fire Mike Brown, in my opinion, as well. He had to go. And would Fox's response be, I agree he did. But some guys had checked out on Mike. I wasn't one of those guys.
Yeah.
But the numbers don't necessarily support that. So is it an injury or were you just down in the dumps, guy?
Well, and I think one other thing that caught my attention in that, I think it was the ESPN one, because you were reading the quotes from there, that Fox said, there were some teammates that didn't want Mike Brown.
Yes.
So if that's known, which I got to believe that's known internally, because my pushback to you, Dave, would be I was less about, I don't know that you should fire Mike Brown for the 5-game losing streak. That seems very reactionary.
Sure.
But the Fox quotes, that's more to it. Like if the organization knew in the summer, hey, not everybody's on the same page as Mike Brown, I think as a fan base, it would have been a big hit to not bring him back because that's a tough one to explain. One of your most successful coaches, you're getting rid of Mike Brown.
And you've just signed off on De'Aaron Fox.
Yeah. But when you lose 5 and like the timing, I get it why they did it, but it felt like it was just about the losing streak to me. Seems like there's a little bit more to that based on how others felt about it.
And by the way, somebody just pointed out on the chat line, I know it's not important in the big scheme, but it was Fox that fouled Jaden Ivey at the end of that.
It was a hideous foul. It all ties together. It was a big mistake, like a huge mistake by him.
I say the one thing that always kind of bothers me with Fox is he says one thing, but it's just like your actions aren't matching what you're saying. So at the end of the Athletic article, when they're asking, he's asked after a Spurs game, like, hey, how do you feel about the fans' reaction to you coming back? And he goes, does that matter to me? I mean, for the people who still love me, obviously, I really appreciate that. Obviously, I was there for so long. But for the people who don't, we're never worried about bitter people. But it's like, dude, like when you left, you're on Twitter trying to.
Yeah,
like,
you're
and texting you and others.
Yeah, that's fine.
Just own it.
Yeah, just like, dude, that kind of hurts my feelings.
That's fair. That's fair. I would be.
The bad thing is I'm saying this about Fox.
Yeah.
And then when Tyrese Halliburton was kind of doing the same thing, it's like, geez, dude, come on, get up.
Yeah, leave it alone. You got traded, bro. Let it go. There's just this crazy dichotomy of different things. Yeah. We don't have. We have a few minutes here. I want to now pour a little bit into the Sam Amick article.
Yeah.
With Anthony Slade.
Juicy.
I'm just gonna go. There's a lot less quotes going on here, but there's a lot more background. The temporary bump up in the standings, that's Doug Christie going 11-4 post Mike Brown, hadn't masked Fox's unflattering view of the organization's culture under Vivek Ranadive. And Doug Christie's elevation above Mike Brown, Fox's preferred coach, was merely the latest and loudest. Doug Christie went to Rich Paul, who he has a relationship with. Paul informed Christie the path ahead remained unchanged. If anything, Fox was only firmer in the belief that his prime seasons were better spent elsewhere. This wasn't a trade. Okay, here's some clarity. This wasn't a trade request, but a transparent assessment of the state of the franchise and a confirmation that the time had come for both sides to plot an exit. And that's where I think the nuance is. Did they specifically say, trade me now? No. Did they say, we're not re-upping? It's not going to happen. And the longer we're here, the lower the value is going to go, but make your own decision. Hell, Fox even came on and said to us when he was texting us, I actually thought they were going to wait till the summer. So there was never a trade request per se by the letter of the law. I think this is where you can kind of fit it in. We never said trade me. We just said we're not re-upping.
And we're not playing for another coach.
And we're not playing for. So do what you got to do.
Yeah, even though we did literally play for Doug Christie, but long term anyway. Go ahead.
And just thinking about it and looking at what everyone's saying in that, it kind of feels like Fox was at the point like, yeah, we're doing good now, but how are you guys going to screw this up?
How are we eventually going to come back to the meeting?
Yeah.
Because I don't. That conversation with Christie and Rich Paul set in motion. According to league sources, the official end of Fox's tenure. Christie ran that messaging up the ladder. Later in the day, Monty McNair and Wes Wilcox, this is what we just went over, called Rich Paul to inform him. They then talked to De'Aaron Fox. Fox had tweeted, everybody has the same story about dysfunction, and then later deleted it, but it's not my fault. They go back through the past summer, the extensions, what we just talked about. This is where it gets interesting, though. Not long after, Mike Brown and the Kings entered negotiation talks on a contract extension. There was a level of hesitancy from the ownership side, in part, according to team and league sources, because of the opinion of Anjali Ranadive, Vivek's 32-year-old daughter, whose increased presence and perceived influence has been a major talking point in Kings circles for quite some time. Yes, it has. That's what we're alluding to for these past months. There's a lot of noise about that, and it ain't our place to talk about it. Ever since Vivek Ranadive bought the Kings in 2013, he has sought counsel beyond his own front office when it came to significant team decisions, whether Chris Mullin, Vlade Divac, Joe Dumars, Alvin Gentry, John Calipari, the late Jerry West. Ranadive's son, Anil, was heavily involved in the operation early on. Martina Kolakatronis has maintained significant influence, again, according to the article. Ditto for President of Business Operations, John Reinhardt. Again, I'm reading from the Sam Amick article. They say, while this sort of approach isn't inherently problematic, Vivek's version of it has often inspired confusion internally about the power dynamics and more specifically questions about whether the front office was truly being trusted to run the team. As it relates to his daughter, who can often be seen sitting front and center with her father at games, there were questions as to might she be on track to become the heir apparent at the ownership level. Fox was well aware of these dynamics. And when the time came for a final decision to be made on Brown, league sources said the truth that bothered Fox most was that his voice had not been heard. We'll take a break. We'll come back. We'll put a cap on the rest of this article where the probably the most juicy stuff is talked about. As we told you, it's going to be a media day for this return today, and a lot of stuff is dropping. We'll get to it next.
The only place you'll find Malik Monk is Sacktown Sports.
Oh my, what an athletic move that time by Malik Monk.
Hey Sacramento, it's Malik Monk, and you're listening to the home of the Sacramento Kings, Sacktown Sports.
Your local sports leader.
Hey, it's Carmichael Dave for my good friends at American Energy. It's cold, and American Energy wants you to stay warm and make sure your system's operating safely. Here's the deal. A $49 tune-up inspection, which is regularly $119. That's a full safety and duct inspection. But guess what? If your system's over 10 years old, the tune-up is on them. That's right. It's free. Give them a call right now. $50 off your first recommended repair. And if you need a new furnace, half off the price of a new unit. Oh, by the way, breaking news, they're hiring right now. Here's the deal. They'll train you, full benefits, generous incentive-based pay. Just call today for more details at 916-520-9990. That's 916-520-9990. Not only great deals from American Energy, but possibly a new career for you. Check them out at theaeway.com for an instant quote and tell them Carmichael Dave sent you.
Call 916-520-9990 now.
You never know what you might hear when listening to a Sacramento Kings game.
Out of Keegan, going for another triple. Man, is he feeling it. Keegan, can he do it? Yes, there's number 11, Keegan Murray. Keegan steps back. He just knocked down his 12th three-pointer, a Kings franchise record. He's got 45 points.
Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with Sacktown Sports and the Sacktown Sports app.
Workdays can be unpredictable, but your workwear shouldn't be. With the Cintas Apparel Plus program, you'll have freshly laundered garments for everyone on your team delivered every week. Cintas has workwear for just about any job imaginable, with high-performance fabrics and an uncompromising fit that stretches and moves with you. Don't leave looking and feeling good to chance. Visit Cintas.com.
Oh, I'm ready!
And get ready for the workday.
Is that a new Samsung Galaxy A15 5G?
Yeah, I got it for free when I joined Cricket Nation.
Sounds pretty great.
At Cricket, anyone can get a new phone when they switch.
Whoa.
With a high-quality camera, meaning more flattering selfies for all, and super fast 5G, so you can post them for all to see. Your friends, your family, your ex. Free phone! Free phone!
Okay, I'll switch. Welcome to Cricket Nation. Cricket 5G is not available everywhere. Must bring your number to Cricket on a $60 a month voice plan. First month service charge and tax to its sale. These terms and other restrictions apply. See cricketwireless.com for details.
One ticket, two huge shows.
The Sacramento Boat Show and the Big RV Show. Multiple dealers discounting all the best brands. Hundreds of wakeboard boats, fishing boats, and pontoon boats. Acres and acres of travel trailers, fifth wheel, toy hauler, and motorhome. And loads of ATVs too. 2 shows, one massive event. The Sacramento Boat Show and the Big RV Show. On now at Sacramento's Cal Expo. Find discounts at twohugeshows.com.
Whitey here reminding you that not all grills are created equal. When buying a new grill, every detail matters. For March, grab a $149 gift with purchase of every new Napoleon Prestige stainless steel grill, including a pizza lover starter kit and much more. More March savings include up to $79 off Rogue models. Napoleon grills are built different, built better, built to last, with a lifetime warranty and premium stainless steel that boasts quality. See how Napoleon will help you achieve the perfect grilling experience. Visit Green Acres Nursery today with your best selection of Napoleon grills and accessories.
Sacktown Sports is bringing you the biggest live events in town. Whether you're rocking out or dancing the night away, check out the Sacktown Sports live events calendar. Crank it up with Steel Panther at Ace of Spades on March 15th. Then catch rising country star Alexandra Kay the next night, March 16th, also at Ace of Spades. On March 22nd, experience the magic of the Ronstadt Review featuring Jasenia at the Crest Theater. Then get ready for an epic night. Papa Roach and Rise Against take over Golden One Center March 29th, while comedy legends Jay Leno and Arsenio Hall bring the laughs to Hard Rock Live Sacramento on that same night. And for country fans, Lee Brice and Walker Hayes hit Ironstone Amphitheater on June 21st, and Parker McCullum takes the stage August 16th at the Ironstone Amphitheater up in Murphys, California. Don't miss out. Find more info and score your chance to win tickets at sacktownsports.com. The Sacktown Sports live events calendar. Your ticket to the best seat in the house.
Is that a new Samsung Galaxy A15 5G?
Yeah, I got it for free when I joined Cricket Nation.
Sounds pretty great.
At Cricket, anyone can get a new phone when they switch.
Whoa.
With a high-quality camera, meaning more flattering selfies for all, and super-fast 5G, so you can post them for all to see. Your friends, your family, your ex. Free phone! Free phone!
Okay, I'll switch.
Welcome to Cricket Nation.
Cricket 5G is not available everywhere. Must bring your number to Cricket on a $60 a month voice plan. First month service charge and tax to its sale. These terms and other restrictions apply. See cricketwireless.com for details.
This is the story of the one. He's responsible for keeping a leading healthcare facility clean and safe. And he trusts Grainger's high-quality HVAC cleaning and safety products, combined with their world-class supply chain, to consistently deliver, ensuring he's covered inside and out, so he can focus on keeping his facility clean to help protect the health of everyone inside. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
on Sacktown Sports.
Welcome back. Sorry, I just saw camp. I saw camp on our chat. Dave forced Fox out. Now you got me. Now you know.
We got a lot of votes in your ask with the votes of if you're going to the game tonight, would you boo De'Aaron Fox?
Yeah.
And you said that might change because the article's coming out.
Yeah.
So at the start, we had about 180 votes, and it was 60% cheering.
That's what I saw.
40%
60-40. Yeah.
We've got 221 votes in now, and it is 62% cheering, 38% booing.
So it went up 2%.
Would you boo Dave, though? It's
Yeah,
the person that got
198%
Fox out of here.
for sure. Sorry about that, guys. I'm seeing this on I checked my Twitter during the break, and as we talked about, I've got a bunch of people here. I'm scrolling down that are quote tweeting and asking me my thoughts on the De'Aaron quote. There was no blanking list. I wanted to go to San Antonio. A lot of people were mad or are mad saying I handcuffed the team. Well, this is my career. It's not my job to help build your team. I'm not going to about to just go where they want me to go. Well, here's my thoughts. It really comes down to whether or not you're okay with a player deciding where their destination is going to be. I am.
You have a problem with that?
No. I am okay with it.
Oh, yeah.
No,
Okay, yeah.
I am okay with it.
Absolutely.
I don't.
Which they don't always get that.
I don't like it.
Right.
Listen, this is where the nuance is, dude. If my wife were to leave me tomorrow and she were to say, look, dude, I've given it 18 years, brother. I ain't getting any, I'm going more south than north, if you know what I'm saying. We've raised a couple of kids. We've had some great times, but dude, you're just gross to look at. And you still have these terrible habits, and you leave your socks on the floor, and I've asked you repeatedly, and I don't trust that you're going to improve.
Right.
So either me in my late 30s can leave and go take my last chance to go find somebody else, or I have to stick it out with you. I'm going to re-up our marriage for another 10 years.
Right.
I don't want to hear that. That's going to piss me off. Now, in my opinion, the correct thing to do, again, if she's right about what she's saying, is to look in the mirror and go, dude, you hate it, but she's right. So you lost this battle. You can either choose to go get to the bottom of a bottle, hate her and blame her and not improve, or maybe you can get your act together. Maybe she did you a favor in the long run by scaring you into figuring it out because you only get one turn on this rock.
Right.
And maybe you'll find somebody else in the future that will be even better because of what happened right now. It's obviously not the same thing, but it's the same thing as a Kings fan and how I feel. I hate that he's saying this stuff. I hate that it's happening, and I hate that it's happened. I'm inherently very defensive about this club, but I know what he's saying is true. I know that Sam Amick article is, I can tell you, 100% truthful. 100% truthful. That's an alarm bell. We might make the playoffs this year. I hope we do. We might win. This has nothing to do with the players now. This has to do with the core is rotten.
Mm-hmm.
And we can either pom-pom and cheer our way through this, or we can do our damn jobs and say, guys, we're just going to be in this perpetual act of losing or 500, slightly above 500 play-in, first round out basketball until disinfectant is shown.
Yeah. And I think De'Aaron, again, between all the all the quotes and even the track record, was dropping the breadcrumbs. Like there was a extension, a pretty hardy extension to be signed. He said no. Doesn't mean he was done with the team then, but it was like, look, can things get better? Can things improve? Can there be additional roster spots? Mike Brown, this is the guy I want to play for.
Yes.
Can we extend him? There was some hesitancy. Then ultimately, obviously, they fire him. And the one thing players normally don't have any control of is where they go. And so when you're drafted, you go to the team that drafts you, unless you get to free agency. And De'Aaron wasn't in that spot yet.
That's right.
And he's still in kind of this prime of his career. And ultimately, we got to hear, like it or not.
I'm so glad this all happened this morning. This was not on our sheet. I'm
Not at all.
so glad it dropped. It's such a damn relief because I feel like I can finally say what I've wanted to say for the last 2 damn months. I don't care about De'Aaron Fox. This isn't about him. I don't care. I mean, I wish him well. It's not about him. And relitigating playoff and this and that, that's not what it's been about. And we've kind of been handcuffed on this thing for 2 months. It's not about De'Aaron. It's about what led to this and what's going on. And this, and I sincerely hope, I know everybody's kind of, you get entrenched, you plant your feet. I'm not asking, this isn't about booing or I don't care. I really hope some people will read these articles and take a step back and now try to relitigate everything in your head It's not about De'Aaron. It's about the franchise. It's about the future of the franchise. It's about the state of the franchise. It's about running the franchise. It's not about a lack of love for the team and for the city. It's about all the love for the team and the city and the fact that this needs to be changed and corrected. We'll continue with the article here. As far as the execution of the Mike Brown firing, Vivek Ranadive greenlit the decision while on vacation in Cabo. He was there with his daughter and Jeremy Lamb, the 10-year retired NBA pro who joined the Kings organization as part of the Sabonis trade in 22 and whose romantic relationship with the owner's daughter became public knowledge last October. Anjali Ranadive, who was once an aspiring pop star who would sometimes perform at Kings games, was hired as an assistant GM of Sacramento's G League affiliate, the Stockton Kings, in May of 2022. In May of 23, she was elevated to the team's general manager position. Lamb was a player on the team during that time. The article then goes into the tragic incident that happened down there that that's a complete and total sidebar but then she did step down as GM less than a month after that incident to, quote, pursue a PhD and focus her attention on her nonprofit Jaws and Paws. But according to Sam Amick and Anthony Slater's article, Anjali still appeared to have influence throughout Sacramento's organization as she and Jeremy Lamb became a more visible part of the Kings' decision-making tree early this season. They were often spotted courtside next to Vivek in the proverbial power seats at games and were believed by many within the organization to be gaining a growing influence in the bigger picture path forward. One Kings employee joked to The Athletic at the time, quote, "We're all going to be working for Jeremy Lamb soon enough." He no longer appears to be in the loop, but he was during those final weeks of the Brown era, and league sources say Fox was one of many aware of the complicated and constantly shifting dynamics up top, all the while contemplating his long-term future. Ranadive still hasn't commented on the Brown decision publicly. Monty McNair, who league and team sources said was against the decision to fire Mike Brown. I want to repeat that. Who was, according to sources, against the decision to fire Mike Brown. Now, I'm going to step out of the article for a second. If the general manager of the team was against the firing of the coach, the only takeaway from that is that the decision came from above the GM. In other words, there it is in black and white. The general manager of the team does not have free will on the comings and goings of the ball club. If you want to know now, and this is just guessing, why Monty McNair looked the way he looked at that press conference, like somebody who was reading off a script, draw your own conclusions.
Well, and was really poignantly asked like a second time, a follow-up, who removed, and he said, I did, but did not look comfortable in that.
Gotta fall on the sword, dude.
Yeah.
Without anyone to explain the controversial decision, the microphones turned towards the players and in particular Fox. Brown had publicly criticized him for the late game mistake he made the night before against Detroit. Many speculated Fox either called for his firing or was consulted. Quote, "There was never any pushback about anything." This is from Fox. "The narrative of me and Mike Brown butting heads or me going to management saying anything is BS." In his third media scrum about the coaching change, Fox was clearly exasperated. Quote, "I'm done talking about that. If people think it was me, then it was me. F it." A little bit more on this, and then we'll wrap it up. We'll take a break. We'll come back next.
The Sacramento Kings play here.
He's got the triple. Sacramento takes the lead.
Get your Kings fix all season long right here on your home of the Sacramento Kings, Sacktown Sports and SacktownSports.com.
Spring is finally here, and so are spring projects. So get them started at Harbor Freight's parking lot sale. Happening now. Save on products like pressure washers for $69.99, 42-inch roller cabinets for under $500, plus 30% off Hercules corded power tools. Whatever you do, do it for less at Harbor Freight. Valid until 3/9/25 while supplies last. Limitations apply, so spring in before it's over.
Did you know your skin is the largest organ of your body? Huh? That's why you should shower with Old Spice Super Hydration Body Wash instead of plain old bar soap. Love your skin by super hydrating it with vitamin B3 and glorious notes of vanilla and shea. Did you know that my superhydrated skin is the second largest organ of my body? The first is my heart. Old Spice. Men have skin too. Old Spice Superhydration Body Wash. 24/7 renewing moisture. With daily use.
As we all continue to hear scary ads about the IRS, Tax Relief Advocates is leading the way, showing U.S. taxpayers why they don't need to be afraid of the IRS. Whether you owe the IRS $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, TRA has a solution. With major tax relief initiatives currently in effect, we could reduce or even eliminate what you owe to the IRS, business or personal. Our experts know how to resolve tax problems and end all collections. TRA is America's highly rated tax resolution firm with an A+ rating from the Better Business Bureau and thousands of 5-star Google reviews. Don't wait. You may qualify for a significant tax debt reduction that can give you a fresh start, but you must call for a free consultation and to check what tax relief you qualify for. Visit TRA.com or call our relief hotline at 800-335-8578. 800-335-8578. Again, that's 800-335-8578. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
High voltage live boxing action returns to the venue on March 8th as Uppercut Promotions presents Thunder Showdown 2 with 8 big fights on the bill featuring top-level veterans and the best in up-and-coming new names. Scheduled fighters include names like cruiserweights Blake McKernan and Sean Miller. It's a night of great boxing action you won't want to miss. It's Thunder Showdown 2 coming March 8th to the venue at the Thunder Valley Casino Resort. Fight cards subject to change. See Thunder Valley website for scheduled lineup.
Hey, Kings fans, join us for a watch party and live game night broadcast with the high flyer Henry Turner and me at Tom's Watch Bar today from 5:30 to 6:30 against San Antonio. Enjoy 360-degree viewing, surround sound, prizes, and more. Tom's Watch Bar.
When you're overwhelmed with tax debt, deciding what to do next is a true win or lose decision. You can lose your car, your paycheck, even your retirement savings, or you can choose someone to help you win this battle with the IRS. Now is the time to tackle your tax debt, but you don't have to do it alone. Meet Priority Tax Relief, veteran-owned and the expert in tax debt resolution. Our priority is fighting for you. Our team has helped clients save millions and can reduce or even erase your tax debt. Call 800-406-1584 right now to talk to our winning team. Priority Tax Relief has a direct line to the IRS. That's right, a fast track to find out if you qualify for life-changing tax relief in just minutes. Priority Tax Relief fights to protect your money, has 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau. Why wait? Call Priority Tax Relief for your free tax consultation. Call 800-406-1584. That's 800-406-1584. Let's make your taxes our priority. Stop your tax debt now. Call 800-406-1584.
One ticket, 2 huge shows.
The Sacramento Boat Show and the Big RV Show. Multiple dealers discounting all the best brands.
On now at Sacramento's Cal Expo.
Find discounts at
twohugeshows.com.
What's hot and what's not. Brought to you by American Energy Heat and Air, making the uncomfortable comfortable. Head to AmericanEnergyAir.com to find out more.
What's hot?
Yeah, hot. Real hot. And what's not?
It's not good. Brought to you by American Energy Heating and Air, Sacramento's complete heating and cooling company, and second opinion partner.
Hey, Chris.
What's that?
Who's hot?
Wouldn't you like to know?
I would like to know who's hot.
Hold on, let me turn the camera on so the people can see us.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, should we wait for Dave?
He's here. He's ready.
Hi, I'm here. Who's hot?
That would be Jimmy Butler and the Warriors.
All you do is talk about the Warriors and the Lakers.
Keep going, ESPN, Verlad.
Jimmy Butler's first 11 games with the Warriors, he's averaging 17.1 points per game, 5 rebounds per game, 5.4 assists per game, and the Warriors have a record of 10-1. The only other player in the NBA history to average 15, 5, and 5 with 10+ wins, his first 11 games of the team was
LeBron James. Luka Doncic.
Oscar Robertson. With the Bucks in 1970-71 when they won the title that year.
Interesting.
Championship.
Who? How does that affect LeBron's legacy?
Great question, Dave.
Yeah.
Who's not?
Who's not?
Who's not hot?
Who's hot? Who's not?
Wait, what? I'm confused.
Who's not hot?
Who's not hot? That would be. I'll just let you hear this. This was in Dallas, And just listen.
And blocked by Labushkin. Thomas Harley carving through center. Maybe now's the time. It is gloved down by Week.
Yeah, that's Fire Nico chants.
At the hockey game?
At the Dallas Stars game.
No matter, and I think it's honestly something that should be said here. No matter how goofy things are in Sacramento, I think honestly that could be a great marketing campaign for a lot of NBA teams next year. At least you're not Dallas.
We're not Dallas.
We're not Dallas. Three in the key. Kings, Spurs, and Kings, Clippers. We'll knock that out. We'll get back to these articles. Brendan Nunes will be joining us at 9 a.m. I want to remind you that if you miss some or all of the Brendan Nunes conversation or any of the other interviews we have on this show or others, you can check them out in their entirety on YouTube, either the whole show or the interview themselves. Just click live for whole shows. Click videos for the specific interviews. You can also download the Sacktown Sports 1140 app as well. That's a point, Chris.
Bing.
Thank you. Bring the key, Jason Ross.
All right, let's start with Kings Spurs. So tonight we've got a reunion here. I don't know if you know this, Dave, but De'Aaron Fox is coming back to Sacramento.
That is tonight.
Yes, along with Harrison Barnes. So we're asking for Fox and Barnes points, not combined, but what does Fox get? What does Barnes get?
Before I answer, did you say Harrison Barnes is coming back?
I did. Why?
Just wanted to hear it.
Yeah, I did too. Classic.
Wait, who else is coming back?
Fox.
Fragile ego.
Wow.
Fragile body. Weak mind. Weak spirit.
Jesus. That's
like the Fire Falcon better.
Fire Falcon. Points for Fox, you said, and points for HB?
Uh-huh.
28 for Fox, 12 for Barnes.
I have 34 and 8.
Wow. Fox lover.
Oh, for Fox or for
both?
Yes.
Oh. I'm going to say for Fox 18 and for Harrison Barnes 11.
Okay. Well, there's a couple of former Spurs on the Kings, so we're going DeRozan and McDermott points.
33 for DeRozan, 0 for McDermott.
I have 25 and 0.
28 and 4.
You know what'd be kind of funny is if Kings fans just pulled a total fast one on everybody and they actually stood and cheered for De'Aaron Fox and then loudly booed Harrison Barnes.
Trick.
Just
no one sees it coming.
How do you see it coming?
Right.
Didn't see it coming.
Random stat for tonight. Something you're picking.
I think after all the talk, after all the hullabaloo, after all the malarkey, I think the fans will largely cheer De'Aaron Fox at his video and at his introduction.
Okay. I'm going to have Valanciunas makes a 3-pointer. Chris?
De'Aaron Fox will be responsible for getting the entire arena free pizza.
Oh, me so hungry.
What if your fun fact was he got booed at one point during a timeout? He stood on the scorer's table and mooned the whole crowd. Would that be the all-time?
I mean, you can use that one if you want.
Which would be a crazier one? If that happened or Keegan Murray double tech ejected for fighting?
Keegan.
Yeah, still Keegan. But look, you I don't know, Fox, you said he hasn't responded about coming on the show today, but if he does what you suggested, the moon, can we get him to put like the Sacktown Sports logo?
That would be amazing.
Think about the hits.
I don't want to know where the O is going to be.
The back butt. Okay.
I know if you turned around where the one would be in 1140. What if it was just like he slowly rotated and it said Sacktown Sports 1140. Carmichael Dave, Jason Ross, 10 a.m. on the thighs. It's getting a little weird.
Okay. All right, we got another game.
Oh, re-rack the music then. Re-rack the music then. There we go.
All right, for Sunday's game against the Clippers, Dave, we're looking for the largest lead for the Kings and the largest lead for the Clippers.
I'll say 8 for the Clippers, 12 for the Kings.
I'm going to go 10 Kings, 11 Clippers.
15 Kings, 10 Clippers.
All right, we're looking for the first and last points scored by the Kings.
First points, give me Zach LaVine. last points. Give me Jake LaRavia. I feel a little spunky.
Okay, I'm going Levine as well with Ellis last. Chris?
DeRozan first and DeRozan last.
Okay. And then the random stat, Dave. For Kings Clippers Sunday night.
James Harden will have 14 or more free throws.
Ugh. They make you sick.
Also, I want to change when you guys do not want to change my random stat for tonight.
Okay, I'm going to go with Valanciunas is going to make a 3-pointer again.
Wow, you're doubling down on the tune. That's his nickname? It's not going to catch on?
It is now. The tune. Actually, that's great.
Hey, the tune. That got you.
My new favorite nickname.
The tune.
I'm all in on the tune.
Add it to basketball reference with all those nicknames. The tune.
Chris?
I'm going to say...
Sounds problematic, but I don't think it is. I'll have to look it up.
LaRavia will have 4 more 3-pointers.
Okay.
He's going to go off.
It's not Chooney, guys. It's the tune. All right.
what are you changing
this is a little complicated, but you'll get it. At some point tonight, I think Keon Ellis is going to steal the ball from De'Aaron Fox and dunk it to a standing ovation.
Okay.
I actually had a vision of it.
Oh, he saw it ahead of time?
Man.
Then it's happening.
Shrooms, baby.
And is the tune standing up?
Then the tune pulls out a Whopper Jr. from his beard and takes a bite to another standing ovation.
Okay, if that were to happen.
That would be the best one ever.
I still think Keegan getting a double technical is more likely.
That is the best. Yeah. No,
I mean, less likely.
We'll take a break. When we come, they're just Looney Tunes. Yeah, they're going in on it now. When we come back, here's a Looney Tune. Brendan Nunez, Sacramento Kings. I don't know, insider.
Nunez.
Just going to join us. And we're going to ask him to answer everything that was written about today and what it all means.
In full detail.
For LeBron's legacy. We'll talk about it next.
On the move? Got somewhere to be?
Take Sacramento Kings basketball with you. The Sacktown Sports app will let you stay connected to your passion. Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with the Sacktown Sports app.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to the A to Z savings event at AutoZone. What are you working on today?
Yeah, I need to change my oil. I want to get a full synthetic oil.
How about Pennzoil Platinum? It's the only oil made from natural gas.
Sounds great. How much for an oil filter?
Oh, that's free.
What?
The filter is free with the oil.
Free? Really?
Really, free. It's just part of our A to Z savings event at AutoZone.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
I had the worst dream last night. You were in a car crash and the kids and I were on our own. We had to move out of the house because I couldn't afford it anymore.
That's awful, huh?
My brother was saying he got life insurance from Ethos. With Ethos, it only took 10 minutes and he got $2 million in coverage for around $2 a day. It's all online. No medical exam. He just answered a few health questions right from his house.
Ethos, here we come.
Visit getethos.com. That's getethos.com.
Sample rate is a 10-year term life policy for 35-year-old healthy, non-smoking male. Billed monthly.
Golf to Go is brought to you by the Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop. Here's Frank LaRosa.
With so many newsletters, blogs, podcasts, and such about the game of golf, I appreciate the listen here at Golf to Go. But here's one I look forward to in my inbox. It's called Power Fades and written by a fellow New Englander named Jim McCabe. He covered the game for the Boston Globe for 23 years, going on to cover the PGA Tour for Golf Week magazine, followed by a position with the PGA Tour as Senior Manager of Communications. Since 2021, he has self-published his digital golf newsletter called Power Fades. McCabe says he has a passion for playing golf that is surpassed only by his passion for writing about people who have a passion for playing golf. I open his newsletter with a smile on my face, knowing I'll encounter another's highs and sometimes lows as McCabe writes with great sentiment about regular people's regular lives and their place in the game. And his front 9 musings add humorous reflections to this tidy package. Visit powerfades.com now and thank me later. That's your Golf to Go. I'm Frank LaRosa.
It's March, and you're in luck because at Overhead Door Company of Sacramento, they're slam dunking the competition with unbeatable deals on overhead doors. Hey there, Jason Ross here, and whether you're upgrading your home just like we did or need a reliable, secure garage door, they've got the perfect match for you. And March is the perfect time for a fresh start. Take your home to the next level with high-quality doors that stand strong, look amazing, and are installed by trusted professionals. The winning results we got is more than we could have asked for, and you can do the same. So visit overheaddoorofsacramento.com today and check out their showroom as well. And when you do, mention me, Jason Ross, or Sacktown Sports, and find out about the $150 off a new garage door with the purchase of a garage door opener. Your dream door, just like us, is a click away. You can call them at 916-421-3747. Overhead Door Company of Sacramento, the genuine, the original overhead door. Always look for the red ribbon logo.
This is the story of the one. He's responsible for keeping a leading healthcare facility clean and safe. And he trusts Grainger's high-quality HVAC cleaning and safety products, combined with their world-class supply chain, to consistently deliver, ensuring he's covered inside and out, so he can focus on keeping his facility clean to help protect the health of everyone inside. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Spring is in the air, and there's really nothing better than hitting the open road in a new Honda. Whether you're shopping for new or pre-owned, Stockton Honda has the selection and savings, plus get top dollar for your trade. And while life's roads are often filled with bumps, buying from Stockton Honda couldn't be smoother. Wherever the road you travel might lead, Stockton Honda is happy to get you there. Come in today or go to StocktonHonda.com.
Anytime, anywhere, it's all here. StocktonHonda.com.
KHTK HD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD3 Sacramento, from the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
Sacktown Sports, 1140. The Carmichael Dave Show.
He's on the microphone when he's not on the microphone. He's playing a song, and when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone, and then boom.
With Jason Ross.
No, he didn't. Yes, he did.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on Sacktown Sports.
Get busy. Get busy. Final hour of the program. We'd like to thank all of you. All of you for joining us as we get set to welcome in on the Brendan line. Sacktown Sports 1140's insider, Brendan Nunes. Brendan, good morning. How are you?
Morning. I'm doing well. How about yourself?
Doing good. Yeah. Friday. There's a game tonight.
Anything eventful?
Yeah. Anything going on today?
No, just return of a former player. Should be an interesting one, though. I'm curious to see the reception, and yeah, we'll make for an interesting night.
So, quick yes or no question, and then I'll move into my actual question. Have you, just to be clear, we haven't talked yet, have you read either or both Sam's article and the ESPN article on De'Aaron Fox this morning?
Honestly, I have not. Berlotta was just asking me this, and I missed it. So I have not yet.
Well, good luck.
Yeah, you will. There's lots to chew on.
Why don't you call us back in 10 minutes? There's a lot to unpack in there, but I think perhaps there's two things that are going to really land. Number one, a quote from De'Aaron Fox: "There was no blanking list. I wanted to go to San Antonio. A lot of people are mad, saying I handcuffed the team. Well, this is my career. It's not my job to help build your team. I'm not about to just go where they want me to go." Now, a naysayer would say he handcuffed the team by choosing one spot. Somebody else would say, well, teams can choose where players go all the time. Why should a player not have a choice? Do you fall on either side of that argument?
Yeah, I would say more of the latter. I think that I would say I'm pro player empowerment. I also think that you don't really have a choice at this point. I think it's kind of the reality of the league. And when a guy hears that he's going to get moved, why would you not come out and try to, control where you're going to end up being, when the reality is the 7.5 years he was in Sacramento, he had very little control over his basketball situation, which is so much of these guys' lives. So, I understand where that part is coming from, I feel like. And it's interesting. I'm glad to kind of see De'Aaron putting some of the stuff on record, because I think there's a lot of interesting behind the scenes things that make it, more understandable. I think some of his frustrations throughout the years, not that he handled it in the best way at all on the way out or anything like that. But I think one of my consistent feelings throughout this whole process is people are really harping on De'Aaron is I feel like we're getting mad at him for not being something that he never was in a lot of circumstances. And he's been fairly consistent, I feel like, with his personality and how he goes about things, I will say.
Yeah, I think, when you'll get a chance to see these pieces, they're both a little bit different. Like to Dave's point, the ESPN article has probably more current quotes from De'Aaron. Sam and Anthony Slater's piece on The Athletic kind of does more of a deep dive into some of the internal stuff that's gone on in decisions and that continues to go on. And I think, Brendan, to kind of capture that into your point, I think a lot of what De'Aaron was trying to do was highlight kind of some of that internal dysfunction without saying it so much. But I feel like a lot of the fans are going to get on De'Aaron in a way that's like, hey, a lot of this is you, even if it may not be entirely true.
Yeah, I guess that's the nature of it, and somewhat unavoidable. Again, I mean, yeah, people seem to have strong feelings about him choosing San Antonio. Again, I think the big thing there for him that it sounds like, he reemphasizing some of these things that I'm trying to skim through at the same time, is the order of operations that he never asked out. It's that he got told that, hey, we're shopping you, and then he had a response. Again, I do not think that he did himself very many favors in the eyes of the fan base in this entire situation. But obviously that goes both ways, not having a press conference after letting go of Mike Brown, when that's a decision that your primary player told you in the offseason, if you decided to do that, he probably wasn't going to be around, and not communicating that with him before or afterwards, communicating with him in any sort of way. It's just it's a weird situation, and it's, I will say, a little interesting to me to see. I feel like a lot of the same people that have been frustrated with the organization over the years now be frustrated with De'Aaron for voicing the same thing that I feel like a lot of them have for years.
Brendan Nunes joining us. Brendan, I'll summarize a little bit just for context, but in Sam's article, they go pretty deep on his worry that the powers that be above Monty McNair, we're talking about ownership and the voices in that room, were not up to snuff, in his opinion, to create a stable and competitive environment long-term. Thus, he chose to leave the organization. They also went pretty deep in the involvement of Vivek's daughter, Anjali, in that entire process as well, also saying that Monty McNair was against the firing of Mike Brown. Now, one thing we haven't gotten to on the air, so I'll read it to you both for the first time. Well, Jason, you've read it. I'm quoting the article now, Brendan. Back in Sacramento, Fox's frustration and concerns about the future are now a thing of the past. But the problem for the Kings moving forward is that he's not alone in those feelings. League sources say Domantas Sabonis, who has 3 more seasons and a combined $140 million left on his current deal, is expected to seek clarity about the organization's plan in the offseason. Just as Fox wanted to know whose voice mattered most on key decisions and who the team's owner might be trusting the most as counsel, Sabonis is known to have similar questions. Even with the recent success, league sources said several members of the team's core are watching and wondering where this is all headed. Quote, what is the vision here? It feels like it could be headed towards chaos. When you hear that, and you're hearing it for the first time, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, Dave, this is a bad first response. But you and I have gotten a lot of crap online for saying that there's a lot of things going on with this organization. And I think that as things start to come out, that people will get a little bit more clarity on just everything that these guys are dealing with. And obviously, if Domas is part of that group, which I'll say it's not the first time I've heard that idea floated around. Then, I mean, I feel like you can just logically go down the line. DeMar DeRozan is how far into his career, and you think he wants to be on a complicated roster? He probably wants a pretty clear vision of a chance to compete at the end right here. You know, Keegan Murray was obviously really good friends with De'Aaron Fox, and De'Aaron joked earlier in the year, Keegan came to him and asked, "Oh, is this one of the 5 most hardest, difficult times you've been through in the NBA?" Like, Keegan's probably going through it. And Zach LaVine, same agent, by the way, that just helped his client get out of Sacramento, and Rich Paul right there. So, I mean, yeah, I think it's only reasonable that those sort of concerns are going to come up. I mean, you guys know way better than I. It's, I think, been a concern to varying extents throughout the years in Sacramento under this group. And so we'll see the direction that continues to trend in as we reach this offseason. But the continuity, and I think back a lot to Mike Brown talking about having a vertical and horizontal alignment, and that being crucial to changing the culture in Sacramento. And I just do not feel like we could be very much further from that than we are right now.
You know, kind of hearing all this, guys, kind of for both of you, just makes me think more of the job of Doug, how Doug has done a great job of just really keeping the team, and the game, and the object of winning. And if all of this other stuff is happening constantly, that's really difficult. I mean, Brendan, just your thought on how Doug's kind of navigated some difficult waters in season, without a camp, with a firing, with the trade of your highest profile player, and having some success here. It's kind of amazing.
Yeah, it has been. Post All-Star break, they're top 10 in offense and defense. And I think that defense aspect is really what, perks my ears up, getting a win against Houston on the road, and to throw out that unique scheme against Denver, and specifically the nature of how they went about that, and still managing to execute something that they clearly have just implemented. It sounded like that morning, a shoot around, I think was super encouraging. And Doug definitely deserves a lot of credit. You know, he doesn't have the sort of typical experience of somebody going into this role either. So I think that, I think points to his credit even more so, that he's figuring all this stuff out on the fly with a very new look roster. And you're seeing some of these other guys, I think, get acclimated. Valanciunas, obviously, making that job a little bit easier with everything that he's bringing in some of these other pieces. But yeah, you got to feel like Doug has done a phenomenal job with this group so far. And there's not really two ways to look at it, I feel like.
What do you expect tonight, non-basketball related? What do you expect the reception will be for De'Aaron Fox? What do you expect the emotion to be like tonight?
I'm thinking there's going to be a lot of booze, but I think that... You
mean liquor? Like
video,
bourbon? Or you mean booze? I got you.
Oh, a lot of boo. A lot of a lot of unhappy fanatics. I think during the tribute video, and maybe when they introduce his name, that the introducing of the name, I'm not sure. I keep wanting to think it's not going to be quite as bad as maybe I'm expecting. But just when they previewed that game, the reaction that it had was a pretty overwhelming boo. So I think that we're leaning towards that, but I hope that, there's a cool moment of acknowledgement during his tribute video. And who knows, if we get him a shoot around right now here in about 2 hours or so, maybe there will be more comments that changes how the reception even goes.
And then it's another game, Brennan, that this team has to go to work without Sabonis, though he's sounds like he's getting a little bit closer. And finding out yesterday Malik will be out for tonight. I thought they did a pretty good job in Denver of that, but minus those two guys, how do you expect the Kings to kind of navigate the Sabonis, lack of him in the front court, and then obviously not having a real point guard out there?
Yeah, I think that Valanciunas, like I mentioned earlier, has been big for obviously filling that Sabonis spot, but it's more the second unit where typically JV would be now, where you're going Trey Lyles, small ball 5, or they have Scalabissiere. They signed to that 10-day contract. Jake LaRavia guarding Jokic for stretches. I think that that's where you start to have more question marks on, remaining physical with that group. Is I think the physicality has been one of the big improvements that they've had post All-Star break here throughout this stretch. And offensively, specifically without Malik Monk out there, I think that Zach LaVine was maybe a little bit too much of a pass-first guy for me in that last game against Denver. I think him being the point guard on the floor, can kind of lead to that situation happening. It makes sense, but I think that they need him to, again, like we had talked about previously, be his aggressive self, have that attack, score first mindset, and be able to get some buckets out there. So I think that they have the guys to make up for some of those holes, and the improved depth from post-trade deadline is definitely showing its value.
That's Brandon Nunez, Sacktown Sports Kings Insider. I want to remind everybody, if you missed any part of this conversation, you can check it out on YouTube, whether you watch the entire program live under the live tab or under the video tab specifically for Brandon or any other interviews we have, middays or afternoons have. That's another point, Chris. Brandon, thank you, and have yourself a good rest of your day.
Yeah, appreciate it, guys. You have a good one.
All right, take care. Bye-bye. It's Brandon Nunez.
Yeah.
Joining us. In the chat, somebody said, was talking about Sam saying that Mike Brown, the firing was stupid. I want to clarify that unless I missed something, because I think both Sam and I were in lockstep on that. I thought Mike needed to be fired, but that there was also extenuating circumstances that may not have been his fault. We were very clear about that. At the same time, the stupid move was how it was handled.
Correct.
There is a nuance there. The move had to happen because of the way the players were not reacting or playing, but we're talking about how it was handled, how it was, Fox, I think he said, was at a UPS store or something. Mike Brown was in his car, plus the ensuing lack of press conference. That was the at least the core of my anger at that move, not the firing itself. We'll take a break. When we come back, we'll get some final thoughts. We'll finish up with this article we spoke on. And then Fox has returned the weekend for the team 6 to 10 in the West. And then we get to celebrity birthdays, what's on tap, and more next.
You never know what you might hear when listening to a Sacramento Kings game.
Out of Keegan, going for another triple. Man, is he feeling it. Keegan, can he do it? Yes, there's number 11, Keegan Murray. Keegan steps back. He just knocked down his 12th three-pointer, a Kings franchise record. He's got 45 points.
Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with Sacktown Sports and the Sacktown Sports app.
It's Friday, folks, and perfect weather for a classic Palisades weekend. Dial in your gear and fire up your Toyota because it's rippable out here. I'm Johnny Mosley with your Friday Toyota Tahoe report.
Thanks, Johnny. You're going to want to lose a layer today with sunny skies and the high near 37. Tonight, expect clear skies with a low around 23, and tomorrow the sun will keep shining on Tahoe with a high near 37. This report is brought to you by your local Toyota dealers. Toyota, let's go places.
One ticket, two huge shows.
The Sacramento Boat Show and the Big RV Show. Multiple dealers discounting all the best brands. Hundreds of wakeboard boats, fishing boats, and pontoon boats. Acres and acres of travel trailers, fifth wheel, toy hauler, and motorhome. And loads of ATVs too. 2 shows, one massive event. The Sacramento Boat Show and the Big RV Show.
On now at Sacramento's Cal Expo.
Find discounts at
twohugeshows.com.
The only place you'll find Keegan Murray is Sacktown Sports.
Out to Keegan Murray, straight away for 3, and Keegan knocks down the triple.
Hey, Sacramento, it's Keegan Murray, and you're listening to the home of Sacramento Kings, Sacktown Sports.
Your local sports leader. The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
On Sacktown Sports.
All right, let's finish this off here. Oh, by the way, sorry this won't work for radio, but my wife texted me during the last interview. She came home from dropping off the kids at school, and that's what she found in our front
Gracie.
In the photo I'm showing, you see what looks to be white napkins all over the entire house.
Yeah, but who's at the top of the screen?
So top of the screen is Nacho.
That's what I thought. Not guilty?
Not guilty. Bottom of the screen, Gus, or
Not
at least
guilty.
Gus's butt. Not guilty.
Dog not in picture, guilty.
Dog not pictured, who probably immediately ran and hid as soon as she walked in the door. Somehow found the big pack of Sam's Club puppy pads that we had and spread them all over the entire house.
I'm going to do my business wherever I want.
Live audio.
I'm tired of these so-called puppy pads.
I have actually tweeted out a picture of the guilty party.
So if you see the said party.
If you see this idiot, please just...
I believe I'm still due process. American fool.
Straight to the clink.
This dog is such an ass, dude. I can't please. Everybody says it will get better.
Hey, let's remind everybody. You brought that dog home.
I 100% brought the dog home as a gift to my life.
I feel like I'm in chains here in this house.
Let me be free.
I want to be free like my brethren.
Good morning, TC. How are you?
What's up, Dave, man? What's up, J. Ross?
How are you?
All right. Hey, so my thing behind the whole article, like, so where are we getting at with this? So are these articles being dropped to have, like, certain fans feel some type of way and give Fox his flowers and all that? Because all fans don't feel some type of way. It's split decision. So I'm not getting the whole article. Is this I see Sam, like, been trying to push, hey, fans, back up off Fox, this and that, but
Power Business
people
Technology.
don't care how they feel, Dave.
Say that last part again, TC.
I said fans are going to fan and feel how they feel about that dude, regardless of what article, like, so I'm not getting it.
No,
like, is this article supposed to, like, super change people?
Well, I think, honestly, that TC, I'm really glad you called. I am, because I think this is an important conversation to have. And it has to do with the media and the fan base. TC, I say this respectfully, brother. I reject your entire premise of what you're saying, and I'll explain why. The articles are supposed to inform. It's supposed to give backstory on the day he's returning, and it's supposed to, through, especially in Sam's article, a lot of weeks and weeks of sourcing material on the inner workings of the franchise. It's supposed to do what the media is at its core supposed to do: research, get sources, and report things that are not privy to the public eye. Now, what you do when you disseminate that information is 100% your prerogative. And if it makes you feel one way or the other, or not at all, that is all you, my man. But the articles aren't agendized. They're simply there to say, hey, we've got news, we're going to report it.
Okay, I get it. I've been listening to Sam, and I've been listening to you guys. Just every time Sam come on, it seems like he's super pushing, like, Sam's change the way you think about Fox. And I'm like, bro, everybody's not going to feel that way, man. Everybody's going to feel how they feel. That's all I got.
Thank you, TC. And that's
a little bit of Sam's opinion,
That's
because
right.
Sam's got some of this information and now he's put it out there.
That is Sam's opinion, and he and I are in lock. In fact, I think the three of us pretty much feel the same way, Jason. But that's our opinion.
Right.
And part of some of this information isn't going to, people are way too committed. So there are some people that, like, you're not changing their mind no matter
That's
what.
okay.
And some people, and I don't mean to disrespect them, some people go, yeah, I hear the information, I appreciate it, still not changing my opinion. That's okay too. What is a relief, I think, to a lot of us is that, look, man, oftentimes people in the media are going to come on and they're going to say things, and they can't say the whole thing. What they can do is they can report the best they can, and their analysis is going to go down that road the best they can, which is why I've never gotten mad at Kings fans over these last couple of weeks with a lot of this vitriol and hatred and craziness that's been coming. Because also at the same time, I've had to step back and go, look, I know part of the reason I feel the way I feel is because I have the whole picture. And it's, if I can't report it, then I can't play the whole, well, I know this thing and you don't, and so you should trust me on. That's garbage. You should never do that. But I've known it. You've known it. Sam's known it. Most of the media has known it. Somebody had to go out and source the article and report it, and they did. Now, if that changes some people's minds, if it makes them feel a certain sort of way, great. Right. If it doesn't,
that's up to them.
Blow your face off.
And maybe some it's like completely indifferent. I'm just going to watch basketball tonight. That's all.
That's totally fine. And if somebody doesn't feel that way and they go, hey, I know all the info, dude. I've read it all. I'm still going to boo his ass off. God bless you. Do your best impersonation of a ghost and boo. Get it? It's a ghost.
Yeah.
Boo. Yeah. Boo. 6-seed Warriors host the Pistons this Saturday. Jason, who wins that one?
Detroit by 78.
Love it. Timberwolves are at Miami tonight. They host the Spurs on Sunday. They will go what this weekend, Jason?
I'm going to be tough on them 1-1.
1-1. I agree.
They might go 2-0 actually, but
you think they might be Miami? The Clippers host the Knicks tonight. Host the Kings on Sunday.
Well, we want an 0-2. I don't like the Brunson injury last night, even though that in a roundabout way, the Knicks are here Monday.
I don't like that call.
Yeah.
Nah, not a very good call. 10-seed Mavericks, Grizzlies tonight, Suns Sunday.
That Suns game is really big.
It's huge
for both teams.
Yeah, because either way, we're going to get a good result. But
like Dallas is like hanging on. I still think they might. A lot of people don't, and I get why they say that.
Yeah.
But if Dallas wins that game, that's a really big turn for them. But do they need some wins?
I'm pulling for Dallas.
Yeah,
I trust the Sun. I'm worried more about the Suns at this point than I am about Dallas, and I could be completely wrong, but I am a little worried more about that. All right, well, we have 30 seconds. One thing I want to address too, I haven't said anything about this, but we're dancing around it. And there's a guy in the chat, and I've seen this a couple of times in the YouTube chats. I making judgments and telling fans how to fan is a very dangerous thing. But I'm going to say this. If you think Sam Amick's reporting has an agenda, which is what somebody just said in the chat, you absolutely need to flush your head down the toilet. Sam Amick is not only one of the most connected and objective reporters in the entire game. I thank God we have a national reporter that not only do we get to have on the air, but also is as connected with the Kings going back to his beat time with the B when he took over for the late Marty McNeil, all the way through Yahoo, the New York Times, Athletic, everywhere he's been. I think it was like at Fan House or something. Step back and just listen for 2 seconds. If you think that a guy in his hometown has an agenda, and that agenda involves dropping the most controversial article on the Sacramento Kings in years, likely sending the owner absolutely through the roof. And I don't want to speak for Vivek, but I got a daughter.
Yeah.
All crap aside, Sam did himself absolutely no favors with his hometown organization. If you think he has an agenda for or against this team, step back, get a drug test, drink a ton of water after you fail, clear it all out, flush your head, and think again. You couldn't be more off base, not because I say so, because he has negative motivation to do that.
You have to do all those things in that order?
You can mix them up. That's fine. Maybe have a piece of
Mix
chicken.
and match.
Okay, we got to go, says Chris. Got to be on time and do your job. And
he's got a lot of energy.
But if I say all the things in that voice, it makes it sound, we'll take a break when we come back. Friday Fun and Games, celebrity birthdays, what to watch, and so much more. Thank God. It's been a busy show. Let's have some fun, kids, next.
But first.
Hey, that's my bad. I missed that one. Carmichael Dave here. From my good friends at American Energy Heating and Air. I have an announcement to make. You know how I've been saying to you, $49 tune-up if your furnace is 10 years or older, that's free. You know how I've been saying if you need a new furnace, half off? Well, I told part of the story. I did get the tune-up last week in the inspection. They found a crack in the whole thing. I'm talking about the furnace, not me. They patched it up, did this, that. But here's my announcement. Next week, March 14th, I'm getting a completely new furnace. And yes, I am paying the same price y'all would be paying, but I am taking advantage of the half-off deal with American Energy Heating and Air. By the way, just so you know, I don't know if they'll love this. Well, I think they will. I actually shopped around just because look, that's a purchase. That's a purchase. Dude, nobody even came close to their deal. And no, I'm not getting a radio deal. I'm not getting hey, he's the guy. No. I've told you many times, it's good enough for me. It's good enough for my mother-in-law. It's good enough for my own parents. I would never ask you to partake in a business if I didn't need it. 916-520-9990. That's 916-520-9990. AmericanEnergyAir.com. American Energy, making the uncomfortable comfortable. When we get back, Friday Fun and Games next.
The only place you'll find Keegan Murray is Sacktown Sports.
Out to Keegan Murray, straight away for three, and Keegan knocks down the triple.
Hey, Sacramento, it's Keegan Murray, and you're listening to the home of Sacramento Kings, Sacktown Sports.
Your local sports leader.
Power Business Technology is proud to be a 100% independent, locally owned and managed Toshiba copier dealer. Local ownership cuts out the red tape, allowing ourselves to never be too busy to personally answer the call when our clients need us. Recognized for excellence in service execution, training, and customer service. We're proud to be named a Toshiba ProMasters Elite Dealer since 2021. Contact us today for all your business printing needs at 844-POWER-BZ. That's 844-769-3729. Or visit us at powercopiers.com.
Hey, Kings fans. Join us for a watch party and live game night broadcast with the high flyer Henry Turner and me at Tom's Watch Bar today from 5:30 to 6:30 against San Antonio. Enjoy 360-degree viewing, surround sound, prizes, and more. Tom's Watch Bar.
Huge savings now on new 2025 Silverado at the Maida Chevy Silverado Supercenter. With $10,250 off MSRP after rebates on select new 2025 LT models at Maida Chevy. And Maida Chevy has one of the largest selections in the Sacramento area. $10,250 off new Silverado at Maida Chevy. Now that's big, huge. See them all at MaidaChevy.com. Together, let's drive.
Not available with special financing, leasing, some other offers. 5 of this offer must own 2011 or newer Chevrolet.
Made a great deal at Maida.
When you're overwhelmed with tax debt, deciding what to do next is a true win or lose decision. You can lose your car, your paycheck, even your retirement savings, or you can choose someone to help you win this battle with the IRS. Now is the time to tackle your tax debt, but you don't have to do it alone. Meet Priority Tax Relief, veteran-owned and the expert in tax debt resolution. Our priority is fighting for you. Our team has helped clients save millions and can reduce or even erase your tax debt. Call 800-406-1584 right now to talk to our winning team. Priority Tax Relief has a direct line to the IRS. That's right, a fast track to find out if you qualify for life-changing tax relief in just minutes. Priority Tax Relief fights to protect your money, has 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau. Why wait? Call Priority Tax Relief for your free tax consultation. Call 800-406-1584. That's 800-406-1584. Let's make your taxes our priority. Stop your tax debt now. Call 800-406-1584.
Thousands of years ago, ancient civilizations used leather for water skins, armor, and sandals. Hi, this is Franklin Rosa with a word about Nature Wood Home Furnishings. Today, leather is one of nature's most luxurious products. The combination of leather with beautifully designed furniture creates an end product that adds luxury and sophistication to any room. During Nature Wood Home Furnishings leather sale, you'll find their considerable selection of leather is flexible, breathable, natural, and maybe most important, comfortable. Whether you're a relaxed contemporary kind of person or you're more classic leather, Nature Wood Home Furnishings has color choices and styles to fit your home. In fact, I doubt any store can beat Nature Wood's selection. During Nature Wood's leather sale, all leather furniture is on sale for a limited time. Sit, enjoy the comfort of leather at Nature Wood Home Furnishings, off Highway 50 at Hazel. Look for the water wheel.
Hi. I'm Justin Gingery from the law firm of Gingery, Hammer & Associates. When you have been injured by the fault of another, you will want advice you can trust. If you know an attorney you can trust, I hope you call that person. But if you don't, please call me. I promise I will be the attorney you can trust, along with my entire team. I have been helping accident survivors recover compensation for their injuries for 25 years, and we can help you. There is no charge for calling. If you have an injury, just call Gingery.
waking you up with the best in local sports.
They just make it interesting, you know?
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross
on Sacktown Sports. When it breaks,
we have it first.
It's Sacktown Sports breaking news.
I'm about to break news I have never gotten to break in my career, involving two things that I didn't think would mesh. After 23 years as the head basketball coach at Florida State University, Leonard Hamilton is not expected to be brought back next year. According to War Chant, which is not only a group I follow, but 100% the most dialed in Florida State athletics news source, the leading candidate to be the new head coach of Florida State basketball is Sacramento Kings assistant Luke Laux.
Yeah.
Never gotten to do a Kings FSU crossover.
He's
there.
a former Seminole, right?
He is a former Seminole. Yes, he is. He is a former Seminole, and you could really, this isn't official. They say an announcement could come as soon as Monday. We'll see. Reached out to Luke for comment. He ain't going to comment until if and when it's, and even then it probably wouldn't be till after the season. I imagine he would stay on till the end of the season. But look, there are a lot of rumors, this actually does tie into what we're talking about, because as we've reported on in the past, Mike Brown was asked to fire an assistant coach or two.
Yeah.
And refused. And I've been saying I don't want to say who it is out of respect for that person, but do your math. And what we had said is whatever the coaching staff is, whether Doug Christie stays on or whatever happens there, I have no intel on that. Coaching staff ain't going to look the same next year as it does right now. And this is probably the first of a couple dominoes to drop. So we'll stay tuned on this next week, but it does sound, according to War Chant, which is the leading publication when it comes to FSU sports, Luke Laux could be named, is the leading candidate and could be named as FSU's new basketball coach as soon as Monday.
Yeah, and if it does happen, he might take someone from here. Or two.
That's right.
Those are some of his connections.
And really, honestly, all drama aside, with all this going on, and even if and maybe he has, Luke has enjoyed a perfectly drama-free relationship with the team. What a great opportunity. You get to go back and be the head coach at your alma mater, a major school, obviously a school that every once in a while dabbles in being good in basketball. This is not one of those years. And, FSU is known as a football school and after last year, but they got a lot of money. They got a lot of NIL deals, stuff like that. So if that happens, good for Luke. I've never, ever heard one bad thing about Luke Laux. Friday Fun and Games coming up in the next segment. Jason, what's coming up this weekend? Who are the Kings playing?
Who are the Kings playing?
Who is everybody? What to watch? And I tore up my sheet because I got the wrong segment.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I tore my. I thought I was a segment ahead.
What to watch tonight?
Yes, that's what I was.
Before we get to celebrity birthdays.
That's exactly right.
Well, we have Spurs at Kings tonight, a game
Yes,
that's highly anticipated.
Do we?
Yeah, Grizzlies at Mavs.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. That's fine. Whoever we want there. Timberwolves at Heat. We want Miami in that one. Blazers at Thunder.
Yes.
But really, what are the Lakers up to tonight? Oh, they're not playing.
Oh, wow. What does that mean?
What
for
are
his
the
legacy?
Warriors? Oh, they're not playing either.
Playing.
The Suns at the Nuggets.
So no NBA tonight, right?
Yeah, the NBA is not being saved tonight.
Yeah, the Suns at the Nuggets. Go Denver, right? Keep Phoenix behind you.
The Snuggets.
And then the Knicks at the Clippers.
Nope.
Careful. Yeah. What we do want, the New York Knicks.
Yeah. Yes. Do we even figure out what a knickerbocker is?
I don't
know. Isn't it like pants?
I don't even want to look it up.
I believe they're pants, and it was used as like a nickname for people from New York like a long time ago.
Yeah, it's what you wore on your head the other day.
Mark on the chat says that the whole Fox debacle cracks him up. It's like you're hearing from your friend that your wife's cheating, and then you get mad at the friend who told you about it. It's actually not a bad analogy, Mark. In my opinion, I could be wrong. Jason Ross, Celebrity Birthdays, brought to you by Crumble Cookies. Hey, it's been a long week. Grab yourself some Crumble Cookies. Munch. Hey, you having a tough week? You need a little bit of a boost? grab crumble cookies. It's what I do.
And do yourself a favor when you get one. Cut it into fourths. Just have a little slice because that'll be good. Then you'll go, I want a little bit more later. Perfect.
That's right.
And then dessert.
Yep.
Spread it out.
And if you have kids, do what I do. When you bring home a dozen crumble cookies, open up the box, show them, watch them get excited, and then lick all of them at once in front of them.
Not for you.
And then if they want them, that's fine. But
show them to Gracie.
Just took the daddy taxi. Exactly.
Gross.
Jason Ross.
All right. On this date, in what year was the movie WNBC Private Parts?
Oh, I love this. As every radio guy loves this movie. Yeah. Is it? I think it was.
Do we have Chris unstable on a movie?
I think I'm going to be off for a year. Well, Chris, hey, you know what? Why don't you go first, sucker?
I'm going to guess.
I don't know.
1995.
Yeah, man, he's going to be close. I'm going to say 93, and I think I'm going to be plus minus a year.
You were wrong on both accounts.
Oh.
Chris is closer, 1997.
Oh, wow.
96 was going to be my second guess. Oh, man.
It's such a fun movie. Whether you like him or not, it's a fun movie.
WNBC.
Happy birthday to...
Waste not, want not.
I think a great actor.
Great
honestly.
actor.
Bryan Cranston.
Oh,
phenomenal.
Yeah.
Malcolm's dad?
Yes, he's in the middle.
Yes, he's the guy that knocks. B. Crans, as we call him.
Yeah, we do. The tune.
Oh, he's going to be older than 65.
62.
Dave is closer. Ready for this? 69.
Really?
Yeah, that one threw me.
He looks incredible.
That
for
one
his
threw
age.
me. I'm like, wait, what?
Yeah, it's all that meth.
Happy birthday.
It's a Breaking Bad reference.
Everyone
everybody.
knows that makes you look younger.
Yes. It's proven.
It's proof.
Happy birthday to Jenna Fisher from The Office.
Oh, God.
I can't remember her from last year, and I can't remember she was older than I thought.
I'm going to say she's 50.
You might be right. 49.
Dave is closer, 51.
Oh, my goodness.
Happy birthday to Wanda Sykes.
60.
62.
Split, 61.
All right.
Happy birthday. Oh, Chris, here you go. SNL's Sarah Sherman.
Ooh.
Hey, why don't you take this one first, Chris?
I am going to guess that
better get this
Sarah
right.
Sherman is 33.
Wrong. 35.
Chris is closer, 32.
Damn it.
Happy birthday to Lynn Swan.
Okay, I'm just going to be transparent. Didn't think he was still with us. Good for you,
Really?
Lynn Swan. I didn't. Lynn Swan is 81.
73.
Wow, spot on, Chris. Correct answer.
Correct
73.
answer, Lynn Swan.
Joe Carter.
Joe Carter is
Touch them all.
57.
61.
Chris is closer, 65. Jeff Kent.
Jeff Kent is 54.
58.
Chris is closer, 57. Last one, former Niners coach Mike Nolan.
90. I don't know. They're all freaking old. We're all going to die soon.
Is that
He
jinxie?
is 57.
Would you say 90?
Yes.
Chris is a little closer, 61.
How old's Joe Carter?
65.
We'll take a break. Oh,
You okay?
that I don't know. That really,
You're not okay.
The Jeff Kent, Joe Carter back that hurts.
Bryan Cranston.
No, those. When we come back, Friday Fun and Games next.
On the move? Got somewhere to be?
Take Sacramento Kings basketball with you. The Sacktown Sports app will let you stay connected to your passion. Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with the Sacktown Sports app.
It's March, and you're in luck because at Overhead Door Company of Sacramento, they're slam dunking the competition with unbeatable deals on overhead doors. Hey there, Jason Ross here, and whether you're upgrading your home just like we did or need a reliable, secure garage door, they've got the perfect match for you. And March is the perfect time for a fresh start. Take your home to the next level with high-quality doors that stand strong, look amazing, and are installed by trusted professionals. The winning results we got is more than we could have asked for, and you can do the same. So visit overheaddoorofsacramento.com today and check out their showroom as well. And when you do, mention me, Jason Ross, or Sacktown Sports, and find out about the $150 off a new garage door with the purchase of a garage door opener. Your dream door, just like us, is a click away. You can call them at 916-421-3747. Overhead Door Company of Sacramento, the genuine, the original overhead door. Always look for the red ribbon logo.
Workdays can be unpredictable, but your workwear shouldn't be. With the Cintas Apparel Plus program, you'll have freshly laundered garments for everyone on your team delivered every week. Cintas has workwear for just about any job imaginable, with high-performance fabrics and an uncompromising fit that stretches and moves with you. Don't leave looking and feeling good to chance. Visit Cintas.com.
Oh, I'm ready!
And get ready for the workday.
At Lowe's, our members get more. With the MyLowe's rewards programs, members earn points on eligible purchases. Plus, you can shop member-only deals for your home and business every week. So what are you waiting for? Join for free today. Lowe's, we help, you save. Points are awarded on eligible purchases. Program subject to terms and conditions. Details at lowes.com/terms. Subject to change.
Big savings are back at Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop. New Hondas are piling up, and that means big savings for you.
Looking to own or lease? During the spring sales event, drive a brand new Accord or Civic. Visit us today at FolsomLakeHonda.com, your one-stop Honda shop.
As a family-owned and operated dealership since 2009, customer service is our #1 priority. Our customers love doing business with us, and you will too.
Folsom Lake Honda, yeah, your one-stop Honda shop.
Danzig live with special guests Down, Aboth, and Cro-Mags. Saturday, March 22nd, 6 p.m. The venue at Thunder Valley. On sale now. For tickets, visit ThunderValleyResort.com. Don't miss Danzig.
ZipRecruiter is the place. ZipRecruiter is the place for talented teachers, savvy software developers, and master mixologists. ZipRecruiter is the place where you meet all these people and more. That's because ZipRecruiter is the place for job seekers who are looking for new opportunities. In fact, ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day, so you can find the right candidates right away. It's no wonder that ZipRecruiter is the place for skilled skydiving instructors, accomplished airbrush artists, and proficient pediatricians. But if you're not using ZipRecruiter to hire, you're missing out. ZipRecruiter is the place that's so confident it can make your hiring easier that it lets you try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. So if you want the right candidates for all your roles, ZipRecruiter is the place to go. Try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free. Never miss out on great candidates with ZipRecruiter.
We have finally made it to Friday
Let's end your week the right way with Friday Fun and Games.
on the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Let's go. And Chris says we have all the time we need. Friday Fun and Games, Jason Ross. It's all you. Good morning, Alan, by the way.
Hi, Alan.
It is a good morning.
Alan's ready.
I've never been more ready.
No content today.
Zero.
Yeah.
I don't know what we're going to talk about.
Nope. In the meantime, we'll talk about Friday Fun and Games.
Okay, let's do it. We're going to play Complete the List. It's kind of a De'Aaron Fox Kings edition today.
We traded him, Jason. Get over it.
I'm so in on this.
Yeah, okay.
So here's how it goes. Dave,
Fragile
Alan.
ego.
Okay.
Fragile body.
All right.
Weak mind. Weak spirit.
Gotcha.
Dave, Alan, Chris, and Kyle, if you guys can complete the list, that's great. If
Great.
not, you're out.
Okay.
Okay, so the very first one, and Chris, do we have music for this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Music.
That's
okay.
All right, Dave, you go first. 9 players on this year's Sacramento Kings team have scored 20 or more points in a game. Name one to complete the list. There's 9 on the list.
There's a lot of obvious ones. I'll say Keon Ellis.
Keon Ellis scored 33 on the list. Alan.
So are we counting De'Aaron or no?
Would you like to? He played on the Kings this year.
Aha! You just said that, stupid.
Man, he already wants them write him out of the Kings.
I do.
Jesus.
But I'm back on the De'Aaron train now. So give me De'Aaron.
Wow.
Number 1, he
Wow.
scored
Well
60. Good job.
Wow,
Alan
they
still
lost
in.
that game, though.
Yes,
It's
they did.
crazy that was this season.
Seriously.
Chris.
Seriously.
Domantas Sabonis.
Domantas Sabonis scored 32 in a game this season. Kyle.
Kevin Herter.
Kevin Herter, good pull.
There's
People
no
forgot
way.
about Kevin Herter. He scored 26.
There's no way.
So we've knocked out 4. There's 5 more. Dave.
I'm trying to go around the edges, but hold on. Can I get help? Can I ask a question to the
Just
crowd?
do the
Well, no.
obvious ones.
McDermott had 18, correct?
He's not going to help you.
It was okay. Well, I thought we were all in this together. All right, fine. Malik Monk.
Malik Monk scored 31. Dave is still involved.
Trying to help out.
DeMar DeRozan.
He scored 42. We're good here. Chris?
Zach LaVine.
He also scored 42. We've got 2 left on this year's squad.
Oh, no.
Kyle.
Keegan Murray.
He scored 26. No. There is one last one. Can we complete the list? Carmichael Dave. 20 or more.
20. Jonas Valanciunas?
Dave is out.
God dang it, June.
It might. Okay.
The June.
We're trying to complete the list.
I mean,
we
there's
have 8 of
really,
9.
there's no way Trey got there.
Is there no way?
No way, Trey?
You sure?
I don't think so. There's
positive?
No way for Trey. Sure? I mean, there's not much on the bench. It has to be it has to be Dougie McBuckets, doesn't it?
Allen is out.
Yeah,
Chris.
I think it was 18.
I will say Trey.
We've completed the list.
You should have said
There
Trey.
you go.
I mean, I guess it's just
There's no
process
way.
of elimination.
20. Just got to 20.
When?
Earlier this year, Alan, during the season.
When?
January 10th.
It was against
My bad, Trey.
All
Right.
guarded by him.
Yes.
He was
All right.
unlikely, Rebel.
Okay.
And to me, he's our greatest Canadian.
He is.
All right, new list. Alan, you start here.
Great.
13 players in the NBA this season. This is the whole league. Have scored 50 or more in a game. Let's complete the list. 13 of them.
My favorite player.
Yes.
De'Aaron Fox.
Still the most of anybody. He scored 60.
Wow.
Chris.
Steph Curry.
He has 56.
Alan's
Kyle.
actual favorite player.
Ooh.
Yeah, he's the best.
Jalen Brunson.
Jalen Brunson scored 55.
You see his
Carmichael
ankle
Dave.
touch the floor yesterday?
Yeah.
Brutal.
Let
He
the
plays
ankles
Monday.
hit the floor. Jimmy Hard.
Whoa.
Your favorite guy, James Harden?
Yeah.
He scored 50 just the other day.
Pretty sure Karl Anthony Towns did.
Cat, you're pretty sure? Alan is out.
Why did I do that?
Why
did
you
I
do
do
that?
that?
I can't believe you did
Chris.
I am going to say, did Tatum have 50 this year?
Chris is out.
I said, did he?
Yeah, that's what I said too.
Kyle.
Nikola Jokic.
He scored 56.
That's Kyle's favorite player.
Carmichael Dave.
I'm just going to throw out the league leader in scoring this year, Shea.
Yeah.
It's a really good
Dang
idea.
it,
He
Alex.
scored 54, 52, 51, and 50. 4 times over 50 or more. Kyle.
So how many do we have?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of the 13.
Giannis.
He scored 59. Dave.
Did Joel Embiid have a 50?
No. I mean, I wouldn't
thought
do
he
that.
did have one this year.
So your guess?
That is my guess.
Dave is out.
Son of a
Kyle,
bead.
you got to complete the
Son
list
of a
by yourself.
bead.
And I have 6 left.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep.
Okay. Victor Wembanyama.
50.
Luka Doncic.
Kyle is out. The rest of the list: Jamal Murray had 55, Ant-Man had 53, CJ McCollum 50, Paolo Banchero 50, and LaMelo Ball.
CJ had that against the Kings?
I forgot the
I don't think he got to 50 there. He might have, though. Feels like he did. All right. Chris, you start us on this one. There are 9 teams to date that the Kings have not lost to this season. Who have they not lost to this season?
They haven't lost to the Sacramento Kings.
Wow.
He's such an idiot.
We're going to give you a different guess.
Oh.
9 other teams.
Okay, then I'll take the Houston Rockets.
Correct. They beat them 3 times. Kyle.
Cleveland Cavaliers.
Okay. Are we doing that?
No,
they
have not played them
yet.
at least once.
I'm taking them off the list. You can still play.
Okay, then. Fine.
The only team they haven't played yet.
Yeah, that's why I chose them. Boston Celtics.
Correct. They beat them once. They still play them again. Dave.
The sand in your shoe sucks. It itches a lot. The Brooklyn Nets.
There's 2 obvious.
Dave is out.
There's 2.
They lost to the
Yes,
Nets
at home. There's
oh
2
God, they did.
Come on, guys.
Three
There's 2
sweeps
very
in a row.
obvious ones.
I thought that was an obvious one.
Give me
It's
the
not.
Utah Jazz.
They swept 4 times.
God, I forget the Brooklyn Nets. God,
Chris.
I'm ready for the weekend.
Have they played the Pacers yet?
Do not do the Pacers.
That was
Oh, wait.
Lost by about 100.
Yeah, that's right.
At home.
They had 3 sweeps in a row.
I have 2. I have the 2.
We've guessed 2 of them. Just happened this week.
Yeah.
Oh, who did they play this week?
I
The
have
Houston
the two.
Rockets.
Yes.
Well, that's already been guessed.
The Utah Jazz.
That's been guessed.
A very famous book about a spider. It was her name.
The Hornets.
Oh, that's the one.
That works.
That's the one.
The
They were
Mavericks.
1-0. There we go. That's the team they swept this week. Utah, Houston, Dallas, all in a row. You're out, right?
How many are left?
1, 2, 3, 4.
4 are left.
Hey, what was Gandalf?
What was a random? Because there's only so many. They've lost to a lot of the Eastern.
2 of them, they have 1 win. 2 of them, they have 2 wins.
Gandalf was an orc on.
2 wins would be a Western Conference team, right?
The Oakland Warriors.
Have they randomly not lost to the Suns yet?
Correct.
Not that they will, not yet, but they won't.
Was Chris still in or Kyle?
Oh, I'm way out.
Kyle?
The Wizards.
Yep, 1-0. We got 2 left.
2 left.
I know you like Harry Potter.
2 left. 2 left. 2
Can't think,
left.
just go.
Both East.
Both. They have to be. It's not the
Atlanta Hawks.
Atlanta Hawks. No. Well, did they lose to the Magic?
Who are
They
they?
swept the Heat, and they're 1-0 against Chicago.
Hey.
Oh.
All right. Alan's got all kinds of stuff coming up. We don't even need to promote it. Just stick around for him because he's going to be Alan on fire. For everybody, thank you so much. Light the beam. Go Kings. Bye-bye now.
You never know what you might hear when listening